Wait, crayons? Don't talk about crayons. Crayons? Crayons?
What in the all types of blue hell?
Hey, are you independent? Do you not need no man? That's fine. You can always call 1 800 Call a Bear. Call a bear. Hook up with your bear today. Warning, this content creator will not be held responsible if you get eaten alive by that bear. My name Lil Dad. My name Lil Dad, huh? Leave Kamala alone. Leave Kamala.
Simp alert! Simp! 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 You big dummy! I'm independent!
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
What's going on, everybody? AB Media 83 here, and welcome to the Colosseum. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. Here's what we got on the show for tonight. Dr. Neil is live right now. Of course, we're going to have fun with TikTok AI. Fair warning. The AI will be, how can I say this? Adorable today. What's going on, Horrid? We got the typical black female fuckery. TikTok for from black folk. Jasmine Crockett staff don't like her at all. Letitia James is in trouble. How can I say this? I always told y'all the pawns always go first. ChatGPT 5 is out now. I haven't tried it yet, but I intend to. President Trump has peace talks with Vladimir Putin. And Sha'Carri Richardson gets arrested for beating up her boyfriend. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. But anyway, how's it going? Yeah, that's me. But yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson got arrested for beating up her boyfriend. Well, no surprise there, sadly. But without further ado, I am going to drop the link. Let's see, copy, paste. And please note that it will not be done in that particular order, but we'll try to get to everything on the list. But y'all can come up, and we're going to take a peek at Dr. Neil for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one I want to do. All right. We're going to share screen. Go to AB Colosseum Night. Although it's not in my playlist, yeah. Sure, we can find Dr. Neil in my history because I'm sure he's still alive. All right. Sorry, thinking out loud. Nope, that's me. Here we go.
some of my close colleagues that I voted against
Watching
my
Dr.
interests,
Neil live.
they tell me, "Oh, Ron, you voted against your self-interest. That's what you did. You voted like a redneck." I said, "No, no, 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 no. I voted my interests. I voted my interests. You just don't understand my interests. You just don't understand my interests." You see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Donald Trump. Here's the thing about Trump. And I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm a political realist, and I speak from the standpoint of political realism. When Donald Trump got rid of DEI from government and its consequences all the way down from government to everything else, Donald Trump essentially said, here's what Trump said. Here's what happened. And I've said this in other streams, that we're going to treat everybody equal.
Listen to Dr. Ronald Neal right now. He is live.
And what does it mean to treat everybody equal in Trump's terms? What does it mean in terms of his administration? Oh, yeah. It means that we're going to treat everybody like N-words.
Yeah.
N-words.
Yeah, pretty much.
N-words. This is radical. For some people, this is very radical. It's hard for them to digest and fathom.
Not for us. We were
We're going to
born in the
treat
dark.
everybody in this country like a black man. We're going to treat everybody like a black American man. We're not going to give any special treatment to you because you're white, because you're a woman, because you're gay, because you have any type of vulnerability. No, we're going to treat everybody like an N-word. So when people complain about the deep state, and I saw this, jobs and what have you, reducing the federal government, white people are being fired. White people are losing their jobs. It's not just black people, white women, losing their jobs.
Yeah, for those of you just coming in, we're listening to Dr. Ronald Neal. He doesn't go live often, so we're listening to him right now.
But the point that I'm trying to make is that you have a president who says, okay, we're going to level the playing field.
Yes.
Now, it ain't perfect, and
no, it's not.
There's some problems there. Now, I'm not going to lie, because, Trump is a billionaire, and, the billionaire is not being hit the same way as everybody else. I'm going to say this honestly now. The billionaires and the millionaires, the upper middle class, 1%, they're not being hit like everybody else. But what I want to emphasize is that everybody is experiencing equality. They're being treated like an N-word. We're talking about the N-wordization. I don't want to say it on YouTube because, YouTube.
Look, Craig. Yeah, Craig the tech guy in the building.
Shut my stuff down. But the point is that we're talking about the N-wordization of America. The N-wordization of America. That's where we are right now. That's why the liberals are mad. Especially the white liberals. They're mad. Y'all ain't special. You're not special anymore. It is what it is.
Well,
everybody is catching hell. Everybody is catching hell right now.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, that's the trade-off. That's the trade-off that I made with voting. That's the trade-off. The trade-off that I made was that, okay, I'm going to punish these liberals. I'm going to punish the Democratic Party with my vote. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to punish the Democratic with my vote.
Yes.
And one of the consequences of doing that is that everybody gets treated like an N-word. That's it. Nobody gets special treatment. It's especially within, the middle classes or what have you, and those below them. I said, we're gonna flatten this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You're gonna get treated like a black man. That's it. And there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are not used to being treated like a black man.
Well, they're about to find out.
They're not used to it. So you all have seen on the internet, you all have seen here on YouTube, all these stories on TikTok and on Instagram. Black women have lost all these jobs, 300,000 jobs and what have you. Nobody is saying anything about black men having lost jobs or black men unemployment. Black men have dealt consistently with a hostile job market for decades and generations.
Yes.
Black men have
Very true.
dealt consistently with a hostile job market for decades and generations. And ABC, NBC, CNN, all of the mainstream media sources have never really concerned themselves with that.
Mm-hmm.
Never. The black leadership class has never concerned itself with the unemployment situation. Never, 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 never. The black middle class, especially within the last 50 years, has not concerned itself with the hostile situation that black men have dealt with in terms of the job market. They never dealt with that. So here you are right now, these people right now crying about 300,000 jobs being lost. Black women. Black women are 7% of the population. They're over at least 21 million in terms of their census numbers. So you've got 300,000 people losing their jobs out of a population of over 21 million. And it's like, oh my God, the roof is falling and everything has collapsed. And everything has collapsed for this population after this particular population has had 50 years of open access. 50 years. And I said this, good to see you, BGS Edmore. 50 years. So I want you to think about this. You have a group of people who've had 50 years, and we're talking primarily about professionals, educated professional women who have college degrees, who have graduate degrees and what have you, who are working who are concentrated in the government sector, which is very important. They're in government jobs and they're in corporate jobs.
Yep.
And there seems to be a high concentration of them in government jobs as opposed to corporate jobs. And I want you to hear me clearly, because I don't celebrate anybody's downfall. I don't celebrate people losing their jobs. I don't celebrate unemployment. We don't celebrate unemployment. We're not sitting here clapping our hands glad because these women are losing their jobs. That's not what we're not doing that at all. We're not doing that. But the fact of the matter remains is that this population has had unfettered access. When I say unfettered, I mean they've had open access to employment. They've had open access to government jobs. They have been highly sought after in corporate jobs for at minimum 50 years. I want you to get this. We're talking about a group of people who have had access to jobs and employment, hiring, promotion for 50 years.
Yep.
And so now Trump gets into office and he decides he's going to downsize the government. That's what Trump does. We're going to get rid of the deep state, downsize the government. And in all honesty,
don't worry, we're going to get the other stuff, but we're listening to Dr. Neil right now.
not simply about race. This is bigger than race. Doge and all that kind of stuff, downsizing the government to reduce the federal budget, that sort of thing. This ain't exclusively about race and black women, all that kind of stuff. But the point is that, yeah, after 50 years, you have a president who decides to engage in a radical re-engineering of the federal government in particular, which has impact for corporations, the private sector in general. That's it. Good to see you, BGS. Yeah, we here it's called the BGS is called. Yeah, you're right. The Ice Cube effect. The Ice Cube effect. The Ice Cube effect. We saw this 5 years ago. BGS. We saw this 5 years ago. We saw this before Kevin died. We saw this. We had the crystal ball and we put it out there and we told everybody, we told black men, we told black women, we told the entire black establishment and community that this is what was going to happen. And here we are right now. We saw this happening. And I'm not losing any sleep over this. Here's the thing. I'm not losing any sleep over this. I knew
what's
that
going on?
was going to
We're listening
occur.
to
I
Dr.
knew
Neil
that.
right now.
Okay.
It was inevitable. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. There was no way to get around it. The Democratic Party, the liberals there, they were not prepared. They were not serious. And that's the big thing is that, and that, you know, when you saw Kamala Harris out there as the presidential candidate, and she was placed out there, and there was no primary whatsoever.
Yep.
None.
She was not prepared.
Hell no.
Joe Biden, the Biden administration did absolutely nothing to prepare Kamala Harris for the prospect of succession.
That's right.
They did absolutely nothing.
Right.
And that was by design. That was by design. I'm not going to go into this here, but looking back now in retrospect, Biden himself.
We have a special guest. Well, not really a special guest, but what do you want?
No, I want to listen to this with you, and I want to ask you questions about what you're actually listening to once this is over. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Confident about this woman succeeding Joe Biden as POTUS. No one was confident about her. Okay?
True.
So she was set up to fail. She was set up to fail, and that's what happened. She failed. That's what happened. They were not prepared. Donald Trump has been around since 2015. He came around 2015. You're talking a man 2015. They had no response to him. They were not trying to respond to him. They were not serious about responding to him. They had Bernie Sanders, the most potent response to Donald Trump. Thank you, Salty Balls. Thank you for that. DEI, Foreigners, Fruits of Feminism. My God, Salty Balls, you got it. You got it, Salty Balls, you got it. Right there, DEI, Foreigners, Fruits, and Feminists. You got it right there. They were not serious about Donald Trump. The most potent response to Donald Trump was Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders.
True.
Bernie Sanders, 2016. Bernie Sanders again, 2020.
Yep, they screwed him over.
Bernie Sanders more so, 2020. in 2016.
Can we stop right here
Bernie
for a second?
Sanders,
No.
it's my conviction, some might disagree, but it's my conviction that have Bernie Sanders gone up against Trump
But he voted
in
for Trump,
2020, it is
He
my
voted for Trump.
conviction, this is just my speculative imagination running wild, it is my conviction that Bernie Sanders could have beaten Trump.
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
Why do I think that? Because
So you wanted Bernie Sanders to win, but you voted for
were
Trump
both
for
dealing
what
with
reason?
capitalism. Bernie Sanders and Trump were both dealing with economics. That was it. When you put Bernie Sanders here and Trump there, basically you have as a contest between how do you manage capitalism, and that's what the election is about. It's the future of capitalism. What's going to happen to capitalism in the future? How do you manage it, and how do you deal with it? How do you make capitalism work for people, ordinary people in particular? Trump is a populist. Bernie too is a populist in his orientation.
Why would you vote for a Republican?
That's just it. Wall Street did not want Bernie Trump. That's just man. Wall Street did not want him. The neocons did not want him. That we're not doing with that. We're not going to deal with Trump. We're not going to deal with Sanders. Rather, we're going to go with Joe Biden. He's safer. He's safer. He's less threatening than Sanders. That's what it was. And what happened? They put Joe Biden out there. Biden won in 2020, but Biden could not sustain. He could not sustain. He could not sustain.
So you wanted Bernie Sanders to win? So you voted for Trump
his
because Bernie
opposition
Sanders didn't win the primary?
to what was outside of the Democratic
What's going
Party.
on here?
That is Donald Trump.
No. I want to hear that clearly. So
What's
you
going
wanted
on,
Bernie
OG?
Sanders to win.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Bernie
Good to
Sanders
see
to
you.
win.
So I don't regret. I would have voted for Bernie Sanders, but anyway.
Yes. I did too.
Whoa, wait. You live in Indiana, but you wanted Bernie Sanders to win? How is a Bernie Sanders victory was going to help you in Indiana when your state is controlled by the Republican Party?
So what?
So what? That's how politics work. So what isn't an answer to that. If you wanted Bernie Sanders to win, you would actually move to a state where Bernie Sanders would have some power. Now, I don't think Bernie Sanders is an actual serious candidate, because if you understand the actual history of actual Vermont, never had slavery, everything else, it's very easy for Bernie Sanders to be who he is within that state. Now, if he moved to anywhere else but Vermont, in the actual New England area, he would never be taken seriously. But I understand why he's taken seriously in that state.
True.
So what I'm saying is that you wanted Bernie Sanders to win.
Yes.
He would not have won Indiana as a state. You do understand that, right? He never would have won Indiana as a state. He never would have won Mississippi as a state. Even though most people in the South did want Bernie Sanders to be president, they never would have voted for that guy.
We don't know that, but okay.
I do. I mean, but the evangelical Christian church turned its back on Jimmy Carter. And if they turn their back on Jimmy Carter, they're turning their back on any single Democrat that comes out of the actual area. If they turn their back on Jimmy Carter after they quote unquote gave them a chance.
Okay.
Okay, so why would you want Bernie Sanders to win the presidency, but Bernie Sanders is not going to win your state? Could you actually let me know how that works?
So what?
He's not going to win your state.
That
So what, dude? You just can't so what your way through the conversation. Like politics, it's
okay. He would have lost Indiana. Why would that stop me from voting for him?
Because you have a Republican Party problem within your state. Your state is controlled by the Republican Party.
So what?
So what? So what you have to understand is like how politics work. Like if you like your individual vote doesn't matter in Indiana. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to troll the left, you can't say that you want Bernie Sanders and you would have voted for him. That makes you a miserable liberal.
So what?
That's what it does. So what? Everything is so what? Like reality is so what?
It just identifies who he wants to vote for. It doesn't make him a miserable liberal. Stop it.
Oh, who's this?
Snowman.
Oh, Brian Snow. Hey, how's it going?
That would be
I
me.
haven't met you before on an actual live stream, but how's it going? So what I'm
A
saying is, so what
pleasure.
state you live in, Brian Snow?
Same state as
Indiana.
I do.
Huh?
Indiana.
What area? I mean, Terre Haute,
I am south of
Evansville.
Indianapolis. I'm in
How far
between
south?
Indianapolis and Louisville, Kentucky. About an hour.
Okay, all right, all right, all right. Okay, all right.
He's
So,
on the southern border of Indiana. But yeah.
oh, oh
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I'm in the
Yeah, no,
middle.
my
I'm
brother has
between
a shop
St.
there on
Louis.
the and what is it, New Albany, Indiana? My brother has a shop at. But anyway,
Oh, I know where
but
that.
it's
That's not far from. That's about 45 minutes from me.
south, right?
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, all right.
Excuse the coughing. I just
Actually,
got done calling a ball.
So what?
that area north of that actual
Excuse me.
area is pretty
Excuse me a
nice.
minute.
I really like that area. But what I'm saying
Sorry
is
about that.
if you wanted
I
Bernie
was coughing.
Sanders,
Mhm.
no, it's
Let
okay.
him finish.
But if
Let
you
him
wanted
finish.
Bernie
Go on.
Sanders to be president, how would that actually help your actual plight in the
What-
area to which you're in if you're controlled completely by a Republican state? And it's always been that way since like the 80s. Like you live in a conservative area. So you can't say that
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders being president would have changed things in Indiana. And you know those people would not have voted for him.
You don't know that.
Really? They didn't vote
Yeah.
for Jimmy Carter either.
So what?
Okay, everything is so what? Okay. All right. So if you want the left wing
Oh, okay.
populists,
Okay. Here's one of the reasons I'm saying. So what? Based on your logic, I should have never voted for Barack Obama in 2008, which I did. Who won Indiana in 2008? Oh, right, Barack Obama.
2008 was not won by Barack Obama in Indiana. So
Yes, it was.
Yes, it
Go back and look
was.
at the record.
are you
Yes, it
seriously
was.
sure?
He lost in
Barack Obama
2012. He
won.
didn't lose in 2012, but he won Indiana in 2008.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite
Positive.
sure.
2008.
Go
Okay,
look at the
so
electoral map.
No. It's a good point. It's an excellent point. So if you guys wanted left-wing things to be done, why would you choose 2008 to vote for Barack Obama, but not choose to show up any other time for the left, except when there's a black candidate?
What are you talking about? I showed up in
No.
2012 and I'm
It's an exact question. You can answer
No,
it.
it's
I can
not.
repeat it. Okay. Barack Obama won Indiana in 2008. Okay.
yes.
How
Yep.
come you did not win any other time in history outside of 2008?
Who says he didn't? Who says it?
You didn't win
Who
in
says it didn't
2012,
happen?
obviously. Listen. Like when Jimmy
You gotta say
Carter
we
won
red, so
most of
what?
the South when he first ran for president, he did not win any of those states. When he ran again, even in the primary, he didn't win all the states that he won in the actual primary. He didn't even come close to winning any of those things. So if you are bragging about wanting left-wing populism within your state and you waited for Barack Obama to be the actual candidate, how on earth do you have right-wing candidates as president in your state after that? How does that work?
It's a majority Republican state. It is what it is.
But your Republican state voted for a Democrat when Barack Obama was president the first time in 2008. How come
Okay.
they didn't do that after that? What made them go back to the Republican Party after they tried Barack Obama in 2008? That's what I'm getting
Well,
at.
evidently Barack Obama didn't do enough for her.
But Barack Obama can't do anything for your state. He's the president of the country. He
Oh
can't
boy.
do anything for the state of Indiana. The state of Indiana has many areas that are controlled by right wingers. Now, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I could pretty sure say Terre Haute came out for Barack Obama. Indiana, what is it? Gary came out for Barack Obama. Indianapolis came out for Barack Obama. In Evansville, which is not far from where you are, Mr. Snow, is came out for Barack Obama. Now, if all four of those areas, and actually where what is that? Notre Dame is where actually the guy from
South Bend.
yeah, South Bend.
You
Thanks
said
for reminding
you
me.
said Notre
Oh,
Dame, South Bend.
Yeah, South
yes,
Bend. That's up
yes.
north.
So what I'm saying, if you want left wing things, you have to vote for the left wing candidate, not just on a national level, but on a local level. If you look at your maps in that area, how does people vote for Barack Obama as president, but turn around and elect Republicans locally? How do you get your left wing things
People do
by
that all the
doing that?
time. What's the big deal?
I know, but how does that help you get what you want? What you want is better left wing things, correct?
Yeah.
So you want better left wing things, but your area, not you two on the panel, vote for right wing things in order to get left wing things out of
What? Hold on. Say that again.
it. Okay, so if your area wants left wing things on a statewide level, why would they choose to vote for Barack Obama as president on the national level, but choose to vote for Republicans on the local level on the same ticket and expect those left wing things to happen? How does that happen?
I don't know.
I am not trolling. I am simply asking basic questions because I think if they always came out in those areas, which I know very well because my mother lived in actual Indianapolis before she had passed. So I know a lot about in Indianapolis or Indiana politics in general. But I'm just saying, why on earth would they stop and keep voting for the same conservatives who actually don't give them anything? If they actually want left wing outcomes, why would they continue to keep voting for actual conservatives on the local level?
Well, I actually do have an answer for that.
Okay, sir.
You have to understand most of the Democrats in Indiana are Republican light.
I do understand that. Like I can understand that for like Indiana. I can understand that for Ohio. I can understand that for West
And
Virginia. I
Ohio
could
wasn't
definitely
always like that.
yeah, but
No, it
Ohio has
wasn't.
always been like that. No, but Ohio has its left wing areas. You know, you have your Cincinnati's, your actual Columbuses, your Cleveland's, your Youngstown. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, if people voted for Trump to expect better left wing outcomes, why is that a thing? It shouldn't be a thing.
Because
Like you
Kamala
should.
Harris sucked as a candidate.
Okay, I can buy that as an actual reason. But why did so many people vote for Kamala Harris in the primary? Because people wanted Bernie Sanders,
Nobody voted
right?
for Kamala Harris in this primary for 2024. That they the
Okay.
Democrats.
Hey, that's fine. And people who wanted Bernie Sanders came out for Bernie Sanders when it was for Hillary Clinton. But when it came to Bernie Sanders and actual Joe Biden, why did they pick Joe Biden over Bernie Sanders? This is a mostly white country. So
Because the
why would they
Democrats
pick?
shoved Joe Biden down our throats.
No,
But
he was already vice president. And if
and Barack
Bernie
Obama made
Sanders,
phone calls so that people could drop out. That's why we got Joe Biden in 2020.
There was
so
a
what
lot
you're
of horse
saying,
trading behind the scenes that people fail to realize.
Yep.
Secondly, let's not forget Mr. Sanders admitted in an interview
oh
with
my
Chris
God, is
Hedges.
somebody else talking that wasn't up here before?
Yeah, Namer.
Because that doesn't sound like Brian Snow.
That's Namer.
Hi,
Hey, how's it going today? All right. So what I'm saying
I'm
is, all
good.
right. So what state do you live
But
in, sir?
before, I don't live in the U.S. I'm not in the
Oh,
U.S.
you
right
don't
now.
live in the U.S. Oh, okay. Okay. So my questions are for personnel. Like
hmm
Brian Snow lives in Indiana. AB Media lives in Indiana. You don't live in the country at all. So my
No.
questions are for people who actually live in the country and vote in the country. I'm not trying to
Well, who the
exclude you
hell
from the
says he
actual
can't answer,
conversation.
even though he doesn't live in the country? If he has an opinion, he's entitled to speak it.
Yeah, but we're talking about an
If he can
actual
provide
to
a
which
good
you
opinion
actually.
that will
Okay. Okay.
Just let,
All right,
just let,
guy.
let
So
him
who
keep
don't
it.
live in the United States? So what country do you live in?
I live in Norway.
Oh God, dude, that is the most left of the left of the left country
It's
versus what we have
it's
here.
they're social democrats, they're socialists. And if you think that's bad, if you think they're more left, have you been to Sweden?
I have
They're a
been
lot
there
more left over
twice.
there.
I have
Well,
been there
which any
twice,
cities in
and
particular?
I think it's a
Any
great
cities in
country,
particular?
and I think it's great how they nationalize their actual resources. I think it's a great country. Sweden
Which country are you talking about? Sweden or Norway?
or Norway. Sorry. Norway.
Okay.
I like what they actually do there. I like
Well,
what they actually do there.
there's a level of pragmatism, yes. Okay.
However, the personnel whose
hmm
panel that you're on right now, they're
hmm
never going to get to the Norway situation by voting for Donald Trump. You do understand that, correct?
Then I understand that because first and foremost, one, Norway, just like many of the countries in Europe, is a constitutional monarchy, and they have a parliamentary style of government. In fact, this week we have the general elections coming up. This coming
Right.
week. No, sorry, next month. But anyway,
But you can't talk about a parliamentary system where we don't have one here. Like
no,
like
you guys have a different setup. It's a
correct. So
whatchamacallit.
what I'm saying
You
is
have
that the people here in the United States
Mhm.
think we have a parliamentary setup to which you have in Norway. Like if they don't
No, they don't.
like
No, we
correct.
don't.
So what I'm saying is that it doesn't make any sense for you to live in a actual socialist country who actually care
hmm
about equal protection under the law, who
hmm
actually nationalize the actual resources, to actually take care of the people within the country to where it is. There
Don't
is
forget
no way
also
you
set
could
up a
be.
sovereign fund.
Yes, but that's what I'm. Alaska have done something similar to that, but I do
Yes.
get what you're getting at here
hmm
with the actual natural resources. So what I'm saying is
hmm
that the
hmm
people on the panel are actually talking about Donald Trump is a good thing. And there's no way that you, a person of Norway, could be here with these people who actually want something that is opposite of Norway to happen here.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, AB and I,
Yes.
we've gone back and forth about various views in politics. I've gone back and forth with Brian about certain things. We actually agree a lot more than you think. But as far as Mr. Trump
Mhm.
goes, I do not see him as a good thing. I don't think anybody sees him as a good thing. They might see him more of as the lesser two evils. Now, with that
Okay.
being said, unfortunately, his rise, I mean, like both in 2016 as well as now, the Democrats presented a horrible candidate or the wrong candidate. Take
Pretty much.
2016.
Okay. So
2016, what
you
happened?
wanted Bernie Sanders, but you got Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton got
And
elected
why is
because
that?
people in the
And why is that?
primary because
hmm
whites in the primary
Super
wanted
delegates,
her
pretty
to
much,
be.
but because Bernie won the primary the other way.
hmm
All right, so what I'm saying is that people voted for her in the
hmm
primary. I did not vote
hmm
for her in the primary. I voted for her in the general election. I voted for Bernie
Okay.
Sanders in the primary because
hmm
he was on Tom Hartman's show for years upon years, and there was no way I wasn't gonna vote for Bernie Sanders in the primary,
hmm
especially in Denver, Colorado, because like, oh, okay, let's just move past that. I wanted Bernie Sanders
You
for
were in
president.
Colorado?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. You registered in Colorado. Okay.
Come on, Lewis.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, so what I'm saying is that I don't.
What's up,
hmm
Lewis?
Semper Fi, do or die, brother. But anyways, you were saying, man, tomorrow?
Let MLT finish what he's saying.
Yeah.
hmm
No, but what I'm saying is that if you guys wanted
hmm
left wing populism, which was what Bernie Sanders has always ran on, he's always ran on left wing populism. Like Like the thing that the Young
Mhm.
Turks are actually talking about is what Bernie Sanders has actually ran on.
Mhm.
But most whites don't want left wing populism. You want it, I
You think
want it.
about that?
You want it, I want it. The whites in the country don't want it. They don't want the Democratic Party to become an actual black based or black party. But at the end of the day,
Mhm.
if you
Not.
solve all the issues within black America, and if you solve all the issues within white rural America, which are the same
Mhm.
issues, by the way, when it comes to the
Mhm.
police, the lack of affordable housing, lack of access to healthcare. Like right now, I'm in Little Rock. My uncle's probably on his way the hell up out of here. But at the end of the day,
Little Rock, Arkansas, correct?
right now, yes,
Mhm.
that's where
Okay.
I'm at right now. But at the end of the
Okay, correct.
day, these people
Mhm.
want exactly what Bernie Sanders is talking about. But who they vote for on an actual statewide level is who
Mhm.
we have in office. And they don't even know that most of the things that they have here is going to
Mhm.
be cut or have been cut. And I'm here to get my uncle in an actual better situation than he is right now. You know, he's a disabled vet just like me, and you know we have to get him in a better situation to figure out what state he's going to move to because
Mhm.
Arkansas is not going to be the place for him,
What
right?
is it?
So what I'm
Before you continue, hold on a second. Before you continue, I need some clarification. A couple things. You say you're a
Family.
veteran, correct?
yes,
I'm sorry, but I have to. But I need some clarification here, or AB.
yeah,
There's a reason I'm asking these questions. If I may, you say
yes,
you're a veteran. He's a veteran, correct?
yeah, Air
Your uncle,
Force, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Air Force. Okay, well, so
No, no, no,
so
no.
the
Wait,
Arkansas.
wait, wait. I'm
Mhm.
Air Force. He's Army veteran.
Okay,
Sorry.
so his situation has a lot to do with the VA at that in the state of Arkansas, correct?
Yes, which is way
Okay,
different than Colorado. Far different.
all right. Hey, I have a right to ask these questions for further
Yeah,
clarification.
No,
Am
no,
I not?
no,
continue.
no,
Am I
no,
not the
no.
right to
Yeah,
that?
Let them
look,
continue.
no, no, no.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna answer all your questions, so that way I can, so that way we can be able to have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
So, the
Mhm.
actual VA situation in Arkansas is different from the
Mhm.
VA situation in Colorado. Colorado is one of,
Mhm.
and the Denver metro area is one of the
Mhm.
premier places where people move to because of how good the VA is in Colorado. You can look up our
Mhm.
VA. It's on Colfax Avenue. It's a huge place,
Mhm.
$5 billion a building. You can go there and get help 24 hours a day, no matter what it is. It's a great place. But to him, he's always been the South in the South. Like he was in St. Louis before here. He was in, Jackson before St. Louis. So his actual idea of what the VA could do was always bad because he was always trying to get this help from actual right wing conservative places. But he's much older than everyone else, so he didn't have the expectation that everyone else had when it came to the
Okay.
actual VA. So,
Mhm. If you don't mind my asking, your uncle, what generation is he? Is he boomer or silent?
oh no, he's definitely boomer, sir.
Okay,
Probably
so
the
I can
first
understand
beginning of
his.
boomers, but he runs his life like a silent generation person, but I would say he's a boomer.
Oh, okay, because there's that overlap between the generations, like those born
Correct.
in the mid '40s. Yes, I know
Yes,
what you mean by that.
because at the end of the day, it's about the outcomes, and he didn't run himself like a typical
Hmm.
boomer. He ran himself like a typical silent generation person. Kids all
Silencer. Okay.
successful. He
Hmm.
was retired military. Wife was a retired nurse. Kids had cars at like 15, 16 years old. We're talking about Greenville, Mississippi, the Mississippi Delta, where I'm from. This is where he
Oh,
raised his
all right.
family at before he actually left and went to these other places in the South rather than moving to these more liberal areas in the North. So I just want to be clear about what his outcomes are versus what he grew up with.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I can understand. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong for saying this, but there's a James Baldwin quote that might be relevant to your uncle's rationale.
Go
Because
ahead.
Baldwin talked about how about racism in the North compared to that in the South, especially during your uncle's prime years
Yes.
and whatnot. So that had a big influence on him wanting to stay in the South. You understand that old habits die hard as well. So I can understand him wanting to stay in Arkansas, but I can see your point of wanting you to bring him to Colorado. But that's going to take a lot of convincing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, not at this point. I mean, not at this point with the cuts, but before,
Mhm.
you have to understand that a lot of boomer, let's just call them silent generation adjacent. Can we agree on that?
Well, I can understand your point. I mean, I do have veterans in my own family of those two generations.
All right, but can we at least agree on silent generation adjacent personnel versus
No,
people who
no,
are
I
straight up
agree.
boomers who
No,
didn't give a shit about what they created? I
I
just
have no
want to be able
objections to that.
Okay,
MOT,
all right.
understand. I have no objection because what you say about because I said there is an overlap within generations. You are aware of that. Like, for example,
Correct.
late 70s Gen Xers and early 80s millennials are called Zennials because they have the characteristics of both generations, for example.
Correct. No, I just wanted
But
to be
continue.
sure that for the audience sake, not for us sake, because we understand what
All
we're
right.
talking about, but for the
Mm-hmm.
other people who are actually listening. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm talking about. But it's like he was able to survive within that environment because the actual his disability rating at the highest
Mm-hmm.
and him still being able to be an able-bodied human being was still far more than people was able to earn within that environment down there. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying that is that he can still own a business, he can still do things, he can still get well, that's how I got government contracts because he showed me how to get them because he's been doing it for such a long time, but he didn't want to leave the South because in his position, he was in a
Mm-hmm.
rare position as being a disabled vet, as a person who was able to actually get these actual contracts from people to team up with, like people say, feminists are so bad. But at the end of the day, you got to
Mm-hmm.
be able to team up with people in order to get those contracts. So what I'm saying is that given his background and what he was trained with from like grandfather and oldest aunt, he could do everything.
Mm-hmm.
But most people down there can't do everything. That's why he stayed in that position because he was in a prime position where he was. Like a lot of people couldn't do the things that he could do down there, like having access to equipment and everything else. Like him, he never spent any of his disability money. And his disability money was paying for the house that he actually bought. So he would keep refinancing his actual house to keep buying more and more equipment, which is what you're supposed to do if you're a limited income situation, right? So it's like
Okay.
he stayed
What
in
about
that
the stuff?
situation so that way he could continue to keep doing that. Most people down there cannot even create
And
the
I'm
level of
saying to
income
myself, this
to be able
is
to do that.
our country.
Wait, hold on a second. Did somebody else just talk that I was not talking to before?
No.
No. Oh, sorry.
Like who?
Maybe that was an audio or something like that. But
Somebody's playing
continue.
something.
That's
Continue.
not me.
That,
Because
No,
somebody
that
that
said
was
wasn't
that
me.
this
that
is
was
our
me.
country, and I didn't say
That was
that, and I know that he didn't say that.
no, that was me. Continue.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
sorry, sorry about that.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that my people who are still in the South, who I'm trying to move to other areas, can clearly
Mm-hmm.
have better outcomes if they move to more liberal areas. And I'm not even talking about just Mississippi. Like you can have better outcomes if you were a black vet and you moved to Helena, Montana. You can have better liberal outcomes if you move to like Kansas City or even the Kansas City, Kansas area. And he was never open to that before until he's seen the things that was actually going down now. And so that's what I'm trying to tell and actually prepare. That's how come I haven't been doing live stream because there's a lot of older individuals that is responsible for my situation right now, and I have to be able to convince them to move to better areas for their future situation. Because we need to be able to move these individuals who actually
Mhm.
put in work for the actual country to better situations so that way they can pass down that wealth and that knowledge to other individuals after them. That's my point of being here.
Well, let me ask you something. This uncle of yours, is there a community? Is there a black community there in Little Rock that he is a part of, that he is contributing and helping out as well?
Hey, MOT, I got a question.
Okay, so
You know
do
what?
you want me to
Go
answer
ahead,
your
Louis. You go
question or
first.
do I?
Yeah, Lewis, ask your
You answer
question.
Louis first. Ask
Oh,
first,
so
Louis.
was the problem with you convincing your uncle basically to move was basically he was more like a big fish in a small pond with the circumstances that he was in down in Mississippi?
No, Arkansas, where
I
Yeah,
I'm
mean,
it's
from.
I
Arkansas.
mean
One
Arkansas.
But
Sorry.
pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. But go ahead. I understand your point, but go ahead.
So was that the was that contributing to the problem you had your uncle to move because he was benefiting a lot down there, but he didn't see the bigger picture that you was presenting?
Not necessarily. It's just that he can move a lot faster, better in a liberal area because he was accustomed to these type of circumstances down here
Mhm.
where there's not a lot of competition, which is your actual point. But I told him that your lack of competition that you think is in the South is actually welcome in the West. Like in Colorado, that type, the person who is that type of individual who served in Vietnam toward like the final end of it, they want people like that in that area. People who are community minded in that area. Like Mississippi don't have the community minded spirit that an actual Colorado would have for actual
Mhm.
individuals who actually been through that type of situation, right?
Mhm.
So he was stuck in a mind state and he doesn't know anything about the bigger world of what he introduced me into. And that's why I had to convince him. And the only thing that convinced him of it was the actual cuts to the actual VA and everywhere else. Now, nothing was cut in Colorado because it's one of the biggest areas in the country for actual vets
Mhm.
to actually come to. But at the end of the day, he has to understand what's going on in the regular world versus his actual point of view that he think that is sacrosanct to him in this situation.
Mhm. Fair enough. AB, if I may read out Ryan McMurray's super chat. Thank you. Thank you for the $5, Brian. He says, I looked up what are the 10 best and worst states for veterans, and it's a mixture of conservative and liberal states in each category. Hmm.
Yeah, but what are the areas? Because okay, so I do understand his actual
organ namer.
argument for that,
Mhm.
but okay,
Mhm.
St. Louis is a good area for veterans. Kansas City is
Mhm.
a good area for veterans. Like
Mhm.
Jackson is a good area. Mississippi, by the way, is a good area for
Mhm.
veterans. Memphis is a good area for veterans. It's still kind of in like the Mississippi Delta thing, but it's a good area
Mhm.
for veterans. But outside of a big liberal city, there is no such
Mhm.
thing as an actual big conservative city that is actually good for military veterans. There is none of that on the map because most of this stuff is based on the actual the big city kind of roundup of where it's at. Like the
Hey,
Walter
Mhm.
Reeds and the actual the
Mhm.
things in Maryland and the things in Virginia, that's part of the DMV area. But you would never ever expect those things to be in like a Little Rock, Arkansas, even though it's kind of almost in the same position, but it's definitely in a conservative area to the point to where they can get away with getting away with a lot of stuff, like not helping veterans out, period, because all these areas that
Giving them
have
the
good things
shaft.
for
Mhm.
veterans.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
said giving them the shaft, but I hear what you're saying.
no. You're correct. I did not interrupt you on that point because you are correct on that.
Hmm.
So what I'm saying is that getting these veterans to see the most updated version of society that is today, is the hardest thing that I've actually had to do to my actual uncle. We're talking about a person who could build a house from the ground up, but a couple strokes later, wheelchair bound, he still
Ooh,
see the world. That's what I'm saying. He see the world in the old format still, and it's like, okay, you got your vet status, but here, okay, you can go to these kids, you can go to these schools, you can help them out in a limited capacity. Guess what helps better than that? A better area for you to be in your status, and that's all I'm trying to do with him here, because my aunt, the oldest aunt, died a couple weeks ago, and he's like the next in
condolences.
line. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a woman who
No,
is
I said
doing.
my condolences.
No, 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 no. I heard you, and thank you for
Mhm.
that. We're talking about a woman who was doing roofing 6 months ago on her own house. We're talking about a woman who was completely self-sufficient. Husband died early, died in late part of Vietnam or whatever. But what I'm
Uh,
saying is
mhm,
that the mind state of people who come from that area is very
mhm,
different than what it is from people who are disabled vets, who can
mhm,
actually help them move and scale up to another area. Like he can go to actual Colorado and go teach in schools and make a lot of money, but he can't do that in Little Rock. There's no way they would
mhm,
let this guy in schools because he wants to talk about history and everything else, and they want to ignore that history, right?
mhm,
So what I'm saying is that moving these vets to a better area is better. Now, once you get your money together, you should move back to the south, because I am in a position of doing that right now in several different areas, right? Because
mhm,
having your stuff together in one facet can bring like business credit and other things to the south that has never been seen down here. Like I could come
mhm,
down here and I could get a couple $1 million loan, and I can actually buy
mhm,
counties in the South that was not available to my grandfather even 50 years ago, even though he built the entire city on one leg from World War II. And he was also a
mhm.
disabled vet, right? So it's like you got to move these people in better areas so that way they could be able to give back better. And that's kind of what I'm in the position of doing right now, if that makes
Besides
sense.
Denver, are there any other alternative cities for him in the state of Colorado, like Boulder or Colorado Springs? If I'm not mistaken, you went to Air
Way
Force
too
Academy,
expensive.
which is in.
Way too
Okay, good
expensive.
point. Way too expensive in those
Way too
places.
expensive.
All right.
Boulder,
So
way too
it's the most
expensive.
affordable
Air
is
Force
yeah.
Academy area, way too
No,
expensive.
Colorado Springs. Okay, yeah. Okay.
No, no, I mean,
Um.
because it's by Colorado Springs, even though it's considered the same metro area, but
Mhm,
it's still way too expensive. Because like Castle Rock wasn't even that big of a city 25
mhm,
years ago when I got there. Now it's considered
mhm,
a big city. When you used to
mhm.
leave the Denver metro area, your phone didn't even come back on until you left Castle Rock. Now Castle Rock is what Denver or Aurora used to be 20 years ago. So
Oh yeah, I was
so
about to ask
now,
about that city as well, Aurora.
yeah,
Wanted to ask
Aurora
about that
is
city as well.
amazing.
So,
Aurora is
mhm,
amazing.
but not affordable compared
Centennial,
to Denver.
yeah. No, I mean, but most
Okay.
people who can't live in Denver move to Aurora and the Centennial. Like Centennial is
Ah, I see.
southeast of Aurora, and
Mhm,
what has happened there is that all the people who are priced out of Aurora and actual Denver moved to the southeast, which is Centennial, which is still Aurora, but they just named it a different city. And most of the people who live
okay.
there are the people who live in Highlands Ranch, was the people who are part of the military industrial complex. The
Mm.
Northrop Grumman, your Lockheed Martins, your
McDonnell
civilian Air
Douglas.
Force. Yes, yes, especially McDonnell Douglas,
Oh, that
especially for
name brings
people
up
who was working
memories.
on those planes years ago. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. It's just that, but the thing is that most of these kids don't even know that these opportunities are even available. So once you start escorting these people into these opportunities as a young guy, they start to get into those
Hmm.
areas and they do very well. Like most of those people who are doing very well are minority
Hmm.
black men, by the way. It's not really actually advertise as much, because if they advertise it like that, then the conservatives are gonna run in and shut it the fuck down. But at the end of the day,
So,
most of those people
mhm,
in that area do extremely well because of the actual positive contributions from the actual business community in that area.
mm, yeah, I see your point.
Uh,
Although,
MOT, can I ask you a
well,
couple questions?
go ahead, Louis.
Colorado is a young state, right? There's a lot younger people down there where you reside at, right?
It is. I mean, but we've done the brain drain of bringing the young people in from California and Texas, like big areas like
Mhm,
Dallas, Austin, San
And
Antonio. Yeah.
oh, and because I was listening now, and part of my ignorance with me asking these questions, the way you were talking about the governance of Colorado, where you reside, is it more so that it's more competent people governing, and also the citizens hold them more accountable compared to other areas?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't get that snow off the fucking ground when it snows in Aurora, they coming after your motherfucking ass. They're not playing no games with that. You don't get the snow off the ground and motherfucking it doesn't matter whether it's a right wing area. If you don't get that shit off the ground and it costs people a lot of money, you getting
Hmm.
up out of there.
And,
Okay.
Period.
if the snow
and
plows
Yeah.
aren't working, somebody's getting to hurt me.
no, and AB, I had told you this before, and thank you, MOT, for mentioning that. See, like, cause I live in a liberal city, and it's just it's fuckery, and a lot of stuff that happened to us here, we get what we deserve because people do not hold the politicians accountable. They
That's true.
constantly vote
Hmm.
for, if you're a Republican, you're gonna vote red no matter what. If you're a Democrat, you vote blue no matter what. And these people, like where I'm at, the people, like, they do not hold politicians accountable. And that's one of the biggest
Hmm.
problems in this country, is
That's
that,
true.
yeah, like in a federal level, these senators
At
and
the federal
congressmen,
as well as state level.
Go ahead, Louis.
these congressmen and
No,
senators
hmm.
were not meant to
Hmm.
be fucking career positions.
I agree with you.
Hmm. Oh,
Both sides,
before
yeah.
we continue, AB, if I may,
Yeah, read that quickly, please.
thank you. Brian McMurray, thank you for another $5. He says, two of the most liberal states in the country with the biggest blue liberal cities are ranked in the top 10 worst cities for veterans, California and New York. Wow.
Yeah, but you're talking
We learn
about
something new every day.
outside of the yeah,
Hmm.
but you're talking about outside of the actual liberal areas of the state, like
Hmm.
L.A., San Diego. You know,
Hmm.
those are big areas. You're gonna do
San Diego
very well
is
with the
home of the Navy.
VA. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just that there's a lot that goes into those areas that don't work, and most of it is
Hmm.
conservatism. Like Aurora and Denver, you're fine.
Hmm.
But the moment that you move outside of Aurora and Denver, you're not fine. If you move outside of, like, okay, you have the Air Force Academy that's near Colorado Springs. You have
Hmm.
Peterson. You have Carson. Those are enormous areas for veterans. But if you move even at Pueblo, 1 hour south of, well, maybe 45 minutes south of like Colorado Springs, you're in a world of trouble when it comes to actual VA outcomes. And you're talking about Denver metro area. If you go
Hmm.
45 minutes outside of the Denver metro area, let's say you
Hmm.
go to Lyman, you're in a lot of trouble if you move out there. Now, the homes are more affordable, far more affordable than anywhere else in the actual state. And once you get
Hmm.
outside of the mountainous areas like Delta, Colorado, and before you actually hit Grand Junction, because Grand Junction is a very good looking and beautiful area that doesn't have a very good VA system that is as good as Aurora and Denver or Colorado Springs. But that's how most states are. Most states, the further you move away, the capital city areas, the worse off the VA is. Like I didn't know because I walked past this building every day. We had a VA
Mhm.
center that was down the street or even around the corner where I was in Greenville, Mississippi. But nobody actually got any help there because their priority was making sure that you never actually qualify for your benefits statewide. That's what the actual point of that VA was. But if you lived in like another area of the state or the country, you would never have to even witness that type of nonsense. So
I
the
see your
further you get
points.
away from the capital cities, the
Hmm.
further off you're going to be very not well taken care of by the federal government and definitely not the local government. So you are correct. In those states, look, New York has some horrific outcomes when it comes to veterans, especially when you go to northern New York, like Rochester and all that. Because most VA clinics or hospitals or whatever, you see them as actual exits off the highway. I can't imagine seeing anything outside of the Buffalo area. And I go I-90 from Massachusetts to Washington. So I know that they ain't got no VAs out there that are taking care of these people, even though I know they have humongous veteran populations because you can look at that on some areas of the actual VA system.
Have you ever delivered
And,
anything to Newark, MOT?
Where?
Newark, New Jersey.
Yes, I have. All points in New Jersey, I've always delivered to all points in New Jersey.
Okay.
okay. Well, if I'm not mistaken, and then maybe we discussed this last week, but regardless of what color a state is, at the county level, it varies from county to county.
It
It
does.
Like in
does.
certain states, it could be a blue state, but the majority of the counties could be red, and vice versa. So, and to Louis' point, not that many. I mean, they've taken out civics courses in high schools, if I'm not mistaken, just like they've taken out shop or home ec or whatnot.
I mean, that's a conservative thing. That's nothing that liberals do. Like most of these areas are conservatively controlled, and I do
Hmm.
understand your actual point, but these are not things that liberals set out to go do. Like conservatives want to cut education, period. That's why I don't care about what most conservatives want to teach because they want to teach, you know, Christianity and putting Jesus on the dollar and all that kind of stupid shit that
Yeah.
doesn't lead to good outcomes to people within that state or the local area. But they have such a
Hmm.
head start when it comes to actually brainwashing the shit out of these people to where they fall
Hmm.
for this actual bullshit. And
And if I'm not
it's
mistaken, if I'm sorry for interrupting, but if I'm not mistaken, but there have been battles over control of school district boards in certain areas. Like you have certain parents who are more conservative leaning going against those who are liberal leaning. And this does go back to on a quote by Orwell, George Orwell, where he says from 1984, those who have control, those in control of the present control the past, and those who have control of the past control the future. Meaning, the leaders of tomorrow are right now students of today being shaped by the form of history that they are taught.
correct.
You can see
I
this in
don't
any other.
disagree with you.
You can see this. You can see this in any just about any other country in the world. Because first of all, I've taken a couple courses when I was in college on political science to make heads or tails of certain things I've seen in my life. And I've lived in other countries and lived under different political systems, so I understand how certain things go and why certain things are the way they are. Excuse me,
No, I haven't said
AB, was
anything.
that you?
No,
No, that was
No, that
AB.
wasn't me.
Okay,
no, I mean no one
That
said
wasn't
anything.
me.
Go ahead, sir.
okay. So I'm sure you're probably perplexed, like an outsider having an opinion about American politics. But the way things work, if I'm not mistaken, the United States is first and foremost a federal union, which means each state has a right to govern itself how it pleases or how it chooses, and this
Pleases.
varies from county to county.
I like pleases, not chooses. I like pleases.
how it pleases or how it chooses. There's choice. Or how it sees fit. But that's at the state level. And what Obama could only do was at the federal level. But let's not forget, he did get some pushback because remember, there was a certain senator from Kentucky on the Republican side who said his goal was to make Mr. Obama a what?
A
A one-term president?
One-term president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm glad that man. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't wish ill will to other people, but it's unfortunate what happened to him. But it was long overdue for him to step down and leave that
Are
seat.
you talking about Mitch?
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because you remember,
I have no sympathy for him.
I have no sympathy for him either. But you don't want to.
I
But
don't want to talk about how
because
much sympathy I don't have, but I'll let you guys take that up.
Yeah, we don't have
It's
sympathy
okay.
for. We agree on that, MLT. We don't have sympathy for Mitch.
Yeah, but like I said, he was getting pushed back. We saw what was going on throughout his 8 years. There's only certain things he was able to do at the federal level, not the state level. So people need to start talking at state level or even at the county level. They got to start talking to at the county level or local level. They got to talk about who are their representatives at the city council, who's their mayors. Just like they got to start focusing on who is their representative at the state legislative, as well as their governors. There's got to be something called a delegation of authority, delegation of responsibilities, and everybody's accountable at a certain phase. But like Louis said, It is the populace who needs to do that.
Correct.
But as far as left-wing populists and right-wing populists, I'm against that because you understand the term populace.
Yeah.
And populism. Yeah, no. Yeah, but here's the thing. With people, with the followers of any populist belief, it's always not based on logical thinking. It's all about sentiment and what's popular at the moment.
Correct.
And sometimes people can be quite thick. Peace.
Go ahead.
And certain populism, we see what happens when they get into power and things get way out of control if there's no checks and balances. Because populism is based on emotion, not logic.
It is. It
just like you have to worry about the ideologues. So right wing, left wing, I'm against that because I see the dangers of what can happen.
I want to take it back to the VA. How y'all doing?
Go ahead.
Yeah, who's talking now? Who's talking now?
Bay.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me look at my phone.
I'm in and out of the VA on average at least twice a month because of my father. And down here in Atlanta, it's like
yes. Okay.
We all have a saying like, this is the it's the VA whenever things don't run right. One of the biggest problems that I've noticed is their computer system. They can paint the walls, they can buy new waiting room chairs, they can hire new greeters, they can bring in new doctors, but their biggest issue is their computer system. They definitely need to change that up.
Man,
that's easier said than done.
And also, hold on a second. Hold on. And one of the things that I don't like is that, like our VA hospital, for those of y'all who are veterans and y'all know that there's just one big hospital. There are no like mini clinics or anything like that. Every one hospital services like maybe 2 or 3 states.
Well, that's not true, but I can tell you something that's more true. Like the actual VA is set up for population sizes. Like the reason why the Aurora, Colorado VA center is so big is because the amount of veterans that moved to the area before it got built and definitely after it got built. I think we have the best homeless program in the entire country. I think we're the only VA where you can walk in and get 24-hour service 7 days a week. I've never heard of that anywhere.
If you're a veteran.
Only if you're a veteran. But I don't think that it stops there.
But
I think,
that's not completely true, because
yeah,
there
but
have
let
been
me,
times. Hold on, there have been times after midnight, or really after 10 o'clock, where there's been a medical quote unquote emergency, and they have to call ahead to see if the VA can
Over there with Nick
take
Fuentes
him.
and all them.
correct. But
Right.
you have to
Now, I would
understand,
never
what
want to
state
be
are you
associated
in
with
to where
people
you're
like
having
that.
this problem?
I'm in Atlanta.
Like,
I would never
The
have
VA
a
is like
conversation with a
shit,
the
come
Mayan.
VA
on,
is
dude.
literally
You're in
20
a
minutes
southern
away.
state.
Not at
Like,
all.
this is what I mean by like
He's not
southern
a dumb
state.
guy, but I
Yeah,
have no
it's
reason to talk with him. Myron Gaines,
what's going
he's
on
like
here?
Nick
Like,
Who's
Fuentes.
talking?
He hates black
man,
Somebody
people.
somebody
watching
playing,
me?
we're playing a video in the
Somebody
middle
playing
of
some
this.
clip
He
in the
is
back.
a
It's not
man who
me.
has a Sudanese background.
Ain't me.
He
Hey,
hates
AB,
black.
is
Man,
that
what
you?
the hell?
It's not me.
All right. All right. So what I'm saying is that if you live in a southern state, for the most part, your VA is not going to operate like a Colorado or a New York. I'm talking about five
That's what I'm
boroughs
talking
or,
about. That's what I'm
yeah, but
talking
what
about.
I'm saying is that this is a liberal or conservative issue because I've seen
It's
the
a
VA
government
work.
issue, flat out.
No. But like, regardless of what you think of Kentucky, the Louisville, Kentucky VA works very well. It doesn't matter whether you go to Shively, that small VA, that's like one building, or whether you go to the big building in mainline Louisville, Kentucky. Extremely good service that you get at
That's
those
good.
places.
That's good.
But at the end of the day, you can go right across the border in Missouri and get no service. We're talking about 30 miles.
This is what I'm talking about. This is
Yes, but that's a
exactly what I'm
liberal or
talking about.
conservative issue. That isn't how the states run. It's just that
It's a
they have
service issue.
decided.
It's a government service issue. There's no consistency across the board. None.
Correct.
And
And
I
that is
think what
an
it is,
actual liberal and a conservative issue. Because, okay,
here's what I actually talked to, like, a veteran nurse who was there for like years, and me and her, we sat down, we had a real nice talk. And she said what the problem is with the Atlanta VA is that because it's the only VA that like I said, it services like 3 states, three
yes,
borderline
in
states
that
of Georgia.
specific situation, you are 100% correct.
Right. And my whole
In
thing
that
is,
area.
if you want the VA, if you seriously want the VA to operate the way that it's supposed to, then you need to, like, Warner Robins needs
Yes,
a VA Mediclinic. Okay. Alabama needs its own VA Mediclinic with its
they
own
don't have it.
it
Not a
needs its own
priority.
hospital with its own, right. So, and
Not a
if
priority.
anything, you need to increase it, especially now that you have so many, like, your enrollment has like just blew up ever since
Skyrocketed,
Trump
especially
came in the
after the Iraq and
presidency.
Afghanistan war. It has skyrocketed in those areas, and they still haven't kept up with the actual thing.
Right.
Like you
If
said,
anything,
Warner
if you
Robins,
really,
Moody, Dobbins, dude, you can go down the 75 corridor, and you will not see an increase in veterans care at all. But
exactly.
you can
And
go to Tennessee and you can get better care at smaller places in Tennessee than you can in mainline Georgia along 75.
what they
What is the
should
excuse
do,
for that?
because they actually do this here, like, they have a thing here with Emory Hospital here in Atlanta, where if you have a VA card, Emory will treat you and they'll just send the bill to the VA. Do you understand? They'll
Yes.
treat you like you're at the VA, but they'll send the bill to the VA and everything is covered. Like, my father's 120,000% covered no matter what happens.
Right.
We get the letters in the mail, it's a zero balance, you know. But the whole thing is that if you really want to expand veteran coverage without building more hospitals, which of course would give more nurses and doctors jobs, whatever, at least you should make a deal with all of these little hospitals, especially since now with the big beautiful bill passed, you're going to finance these smaller hospitals in rural areas and everything. You set aside all these billions for them. They should be able to take VA cards and you just send it, just build a government.
See, that's the problem. Okay, let's stop right here. That's the problem. Those actual people who represents those areas ensure veterans get screwed over. That's what their actual issue is. They actually make sure those people get screwed over. They're not there to make sure that veterans get most of the help and all this shit. And we're talking about in the middle of the Iraq and Afghanistan war when they were sending vets on planes at night where they were not allowed to talk to anybody on the plane about what their injuries were and all that kind of other shit. So it's kind of like the things that you're complaining about are things that should be funded by the VA, but they will fund private institutions for doing VA's work, but they will not fund the Veteran Administration in these conservative areas, most in the South, for taking care of veterans. This is an actual
If I may interject
issue.
here.
Name it quickly, please.
Since the VA, first of all, this is a government institution, right? So this should be federalized. So there should be like a level of communication infrastructure established for them, but obviously you're getting pushed back probably at the state level, correct?
Not necessarily the state level. Like you have to understand how these states are set up. The states really set up to service the customers within that state. They don't want to give people the idea that by businesses paying taxes, that actual benefit turns into people getting better healthcare outcomes in that state. They want to remove that actual idea from you by actually having you actually understanding that you don't get anything from the state. The state only gets things for people who actually donate to the actual campaign, and nobody else gets nothing out of the process. So what he said about Atlanta, 100% true. They cover Atlanta, they cover rural Florida, they cover rural Alabama, they cover South Carolina. There is no way that a VA have to drive people out because it costs a lot of money to actually send those buses out there to individuals to have people be picked up and sat in hotels in Atlanta in order for them to get basic healthcare services in Atlanta, where they're surrounded by doctors that they're driving past in order for them to get basic healthcare service. And they know that they're worthwhile and they deserve it.
Funny story.
In other words,
hold on. Funny story. So we're in the emergency room. Okay. We're 3 hours in. Some guy, he was from Florida. He drove up 5 hours. He said, because he's yelling now. They actually had police in the lobby, in the waiting room lobby with him, like 3 cops surrounding him. Yeah.
They do now.
What?
Yeah, they had 3 cops surrounding him because he was going off. He said, I've been waiting 3 hours after he told his story. I've been waiting 3 hours. I'm like, 3? The average wait time is 5, bro. Like, you come here, you pack a lunch. Why do you think they put vending machines? They got 4 vending machines in the waiting room for a reason.
5 hours?
Yeah, yo, look, when you go to the VA talking about some emergency,
that's not uncommon.
For a good 5
That's
not
uncommon
hours.
in these conservative areas. It's not uncommon, but
yeah,
every other state actually do things a little bit different. And this is what I mean by expecting liberal outcomes in conservative areas. Conservative areas don't give a damn about the people, veterans included. You should see how veterans are actually treated, so that way you can see how everyone else is treated outside of veterans. And this is why the St. Louis's, the Kansas Cities have better outcomes than Sickleton or like any other area that's outside of that. Memphis area VA, Tennessee, has better outcomes than other places in the state that is outside of a big city. It is
What about Nashville,
unimaginable.
if I may ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
I asked, what about Nashville? Also, since you
No.
mentioned the Louisville, Kentucky, what about Lexington for that matter? Just out of
No,
curiosity.
Lexington have good service. Nashville got good service.
Okay.
I mean, your Nashvilles, your Memphises. I'm talking about 20 miles of the actual circle. Like if you draw a circle that's 20-mile radius, you're gonna get
Within the okay, yeah, okay.
yeah. But anything outside of that, they're gonna send you to these local, pretty much dock in a box that don't help you with shit, and it's bad.
And they short you everything. Okay.
Yes.
God damn.
There have been times I have shut down the VA emergency room. Okay, after getting there at like 3 o'clock. Lewis will tell you. After getting there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we walking out the door at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
Yeah.
VA is crazy. VA.
No. But VA in conservative areas are crazy. Like you don't have that bullshit going on in actual Aurora or Denver or Castle Rock or even like Fort Collins, dude. You don't have that bullshit going on. Like Cheyenne, like Wyoming. Why?
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Because as long as you're near a big base, I have figured this shit out. As long as you're near a big enough base and a big enough homeless population, you're gonna have a better VA experience than anyone else outside of those areas. Period.
Wow. I know of somebody. He's a gaming buddy of mine who is a veteran in Indiana, and he's talked about how his frustrations with the VA over there, especially considering
what part of the state?
I forget. It eludes me right now. Forgot it where exactly.
North, south, east, or west.
Yeah.
Not sure. Can't remember the name of the place. That's why it's eluding me right now.
Okay.
But he has complained. But we've talked, and he has mentioned his frustrations with the VA, and like yourself, he started in the Air Force. So, yikes. And he talked about how it's like kind of ass backward in Indiana. I guess the infrastructure and everything.
It is. I mean, like if you live outside of Springfield and Chicago, your level of VA healthcare is going to be drastically different than living in those liberal areas. Drastically different. Same thing with Missouri. If you don't live in the capital city, St. Louis, or Kansas City, you're going to have all right, let's go for a better Springfield, Missouri.
What about Columbia?
You're going to have a drastic. No, Columbia has a very good VA out there because that's where the people with money lives at. That's where you have all these retirement homes for fucking generals and what do you call
I know
it?
somebody.
Like retirement homes
for
actual people who shouldn't need retirement homes actually live. So they have a very good VA. Now they don't broadcast it as much, but the people who are part of that system knows how good it is in those areas. Very good.
Okay. Appreciate that. So, anyway, I appreciate that. I just appreciate this conversation we're having. At least I appreciate you being cordial with me.
No, it's just that I just want people to know that different areas and different places have different outcomes. Like,
I understand that.
I got spoiled by the different outcomes that I had in Colorado. I grew up with far different and horrific outcomes in Mississippi. But I didn't know that the level of actual homeless personnel within the area, the level of VA care that you have within the area, the proximity of a base, especially a big one, especially a 4 actual branch base, because Aurora, Colorado wasn't like that in 98 when I got there. But it became that over time. But I had no idea how bad the VA was in other areas because I grew up with a certain level of thing and I was kind of spoiled
Mm.
by the level of service that I received until I went to other areas and I realized how drastically different that it was. But AB Media,
All right.
thanks for having me on, man. I just wanted to be sure that these conservative areas that you guys live in, it's not going to be able to give you the liberal outcomes that you want. I just want to be able to make sure that that's the case. And I think Bernie Sanders wasn't serious because he would have kept running after he
I
lost.
actually do agree with that. He wasn't serious overall, but yeah, I actually do agree with that.
I don't think Bernie Sanders was
I didn't
serious.
see it back then, but I kind of see it now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a liberal troll. Like he comes
there to
in
shake shit
after
up.
yes, he comes in after the liberal primaries and everything else is over. He's in an actual state to where he's not competitive, and he's not trying to get more people on his side. He doesn't go and actually build the party like he's supposed to.
Let's be honest, MOT. Vermont is a lily white state.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
correct. I mean, didn't have states, slaves, and a liberal rights, and a lily white state. So it's both. So he's kind of like in a special position. But
yeah, because that's also a heavy gun state too. So yeah.
Oh man, like a motherfucker. Like, oh god.
That's why
I used to do a lot of shit in actual Vermont there, and trust me, you're running more problems in Vermont than you would in fucking rural fucking Indiana by a long shot.
I believe it. I believe we don't send down towns for a reason.
All right, man. Well, thanks for having me on, man. I just wanted to be sure that these issues that y'all having in these fucking conservative areas can easily be solved by moving the personnel to better taking care of areas, and there's an actual formula for that to get better outcomes. And I just wanted to be on to actually make sure that that is an actual case that we need to start moving towards, because these older individuals are starting to get up out of here, like my uncle is in Little Rock. And he could have been moved the fuck to a better area a long time ago, but big fish, small pond, tons of contracts. He just didn't see it,
well,
but he does now.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everything works out for him.
Yeah, I hope
yeah, same here. All right, cool, man. Well, thanks for having me on, man. Y'all have a nice day.
All right. Yeah, have a nice day. Sorry, have a good night, morning.
Good night. All right. We're going back to Dr. Neil. He's still on.
Oh, cool.
What if I missed? What's the comment? What's he talking about? What's the subject?
Here's the thing. These white males.
He was talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but I think he's on Nick Fuentes right now.
Some of them.
What about him?
An American can go back to the WASP, the white Anglo-Saxon supremacy of the 1940s and 50s. They think they can go back to the 1940s and 50s in terms of white Anglo-Saxon supremacy.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
He can't.
They're completely deluded. They're deluded. We're not going back to that.
Why does he think that that's what they're trying to do?
We're not going back to that era.
Why does he think they're trying to do that?
Well, the Anglo-Saxon ran everything.
I don't know. I don't have the whole context.
The white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, that era is done. It ain't coming back. It's over with.
Is it now?
That's just the fact.
Is it now?
It ain't coming back.
It's not?
They can imagine and fantasize as much as they want. They can play with it in their heads. It is not coming back.
Is he sure about that?
There's a resurgence for that belief, but it's not coming back.
But these young
hold
guys
on.
This is live. Hold on, babe. This is live.
Okay, but he's not making any sense because you actually see them actually doing it.
And the only advantage that they have is that they're young. That's the advantage that they have. They're young.
He's probably talking about Nick Fuentes.
So Fuentes, he's 26 years old, which means he has.
Nick is a loser.
You know, Fuentes has a.
Of course he is.
A lot of.
He's not white.
Right. He's white presenting, but he's not white.
31, 32. So these guys, they're 26, 30 years old, 31, 32. They have a lot of stuff in front of them. That's the only advantage that they have.
Yeah, true.
These young people
You
on the
got-
right.
Hey, BGS, how's it going?
That's the greatest advantage that they
Master
have,
teacher?
is the fact that they are young and they have a lot
Yeah, I
of
just had to change my
room.
speakers. Yeah, I didn't want the feedback.
Oh, you just missed the fun.
What can they do?
Oh no,
What
I
did they
saw it.
do?
I saw it. I was watching. I didn't want
That's the
to.
question.
You guys were flowing, and if I got on, and the flow would have stopped. So I
That
let
was
you
a
guys
good
flow.
conversation, though. I'll give him that.
No, he came in with manners and stuff like that. So I said I didn't want to come in and
Anyway, I've been up here for 2 hours, guys. I've been up here for 2 hours. I haven't seen.
But Nick Fuentes and Myron Gaines.
Myron Gaines is an agent, so
pretty much, yeah.
And Fuentes, they're trying to put Fuentes up as they're trying to place him inside the Manosphere. That's where they're trying to place him.
Good luck. I don't respect him.
Nobody like that's what they're trying, because he's a self-avowed incel. That's what he calls himself. He calls him a right-wing incel.
So who does he work for?
Nobody really, because nobody likes him.
Because
even people like him.
It's like this. He's like Pearl. You don't necessarily work for. Well, you're not left wing or right wing. You work for somebody. You know what I'm saying? You work for somebody. It's just a matter of who's your puppet master.
Pearl was working for somebody. Pearl was working for the what was the group's name? The Candace Owens came out of it was part of the same group.
What is the name of that group? The Ben Shapiro's group.
Ben Shapiro's group. Now she
Daily Wire.
But he was promoted when he was in college, but he was too extreme. So he's a pariah. Okay, he's a pariah. But the thing is, they're trying to bring him into the fold. But he's a loose cannon. That's how come they can't.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Whose fold is?
What the thing is, he's not left, so he can't come in the left. So, but
he's not left.
What the bench? That's how come Candace Owens and Pearl are all they trying to modify his stance and soften him up so they can bring him in because because
more palatable. They make him more palatable.
No, he has to be softened up, okay? Because he's a loose cannon. He really is, and
because he's too wild to be. He's too wild to be right. They would never, unless right wing extremists would probably come in, but they're trying to keep a low profile.
He's so far right. He is just this side of being a Nazi. Just this side of being a Nazi. He's not quite there, but a lot of what the mustache man would believe in, he's pretty close. Okay.
Yeah.
He's most right wing people, because you've been around them. Most right wing people are highly liberal. Believe it or not. Okay, they're liberal. They're not.
He would be a perfect Dixiecrat.
But he's not a liberal. Okay, he's an authoritarian. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not a liberal at all. Okay. He has a lot. He probably has a lot more coming with the far left than he has with the far right. Okay.
Perfect Dixiecrat.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, he's too much of a loose cannon. So he can't work for anybody. They would love to bring him in because they would love to place him inside the Manosphere. They would have a target because they keep trying to put. Myron is not, everybody knows Myron's an agent, so he's not good. And Andrew Tate has pretty much bowed out and said Andrew Tate doesn't want to die, so Andrew Tate is bowed out.
He's a loose cannon in his own right, but
Andrew Tate was not never part of the Manosphere. He's doing his own thing, but thing is, a lot of the young Manosphere guys, white boys, loved him. Okay. So he got roped in, and since I'm making the money, I'm gonna keep on making the money until it got to the point where they said he had cancer on his lungs. That's why I told the brother, say, man, unless he didn't have it, was saying unless you're willing to die, man, I would seriously back away from the stance unless you bought that life. And
he did those interviews where he was on the square. He had his feet in his hands, showing the Masonic symbols.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Honestly,
he was definitely
His father
pledged
was.
allegiance.
I never really
Yeah.
cared for him anyway, so
I mean, what I'm saying is, he's his father's elite. Okay, his father was a high-ranking Air Force officer.
Okay.
Intelligence
Accomplished
officer, as a
chess
matter of
master.
fact. Yeah, accomplished chess master, high-ranking intelligence Air Force officer. So
Mhm.
he's embedded. And plus, his mother's British. Okay, which
Yep.
is what he claims. And he just he just happened to follow the line to where he's attractive. Okay, but thing is that he was never part of the Manosphere ever. He never said he was.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
but the
was.
thing is, but thing is, they need a target.
Hmm.
In a target, and what they would, he's not a racist. You can't call him racist because he's black, because his father's black, right? Okay, so you can't tag
Hmm.
that on. You really can't tag him other than him running hoes. Okay, that's the only thing you can tag him on. But thing is, he claims he's
Yeah.
not part of the Manosphere. But somebody like Fuentes, okay, if you can put him inside the Manosphere, you can tag him all day, man.
Mm.
But he's rejected. The
It's,
one thing that's the
mm,
one thing that as far as like Andrew Tate, him and Tristan understood after they were thrown in that cell or whatnot for a couple of months and then let go. You
Mhm.
notice they pretty much essentially just dropped the charges, but they
yeah,
wanted to teach him a lesson, something that Brittany Griner doesn't understand because she's a
no, no,
hard-headed female.
no.
But
They were gonna kill him, man. They were gonna kill him.
once you get that spanking,
Hmm.
either you learn the lesson or you don't.
Yeah.
Either you learn the
Yeah.
lesson or you don't. And Nick Fuentes, I mean, I understand that he said he had a message for Black America. I've seen that people made videos of it, but I paid it zero attention because who cares what Nick Fuentes has to say? That's the way I'm looking at it.
The thing is, the reason that the right does not like him is because Nick Fuentes is unfiltered. Okay, he doesn't like black people.
yeah,
He also tells on the right wing folks. Okay, that's how come they don't
yeah,
like
he
him. He will
does.
come. He will come in because Nick Fuentes just says he said most of the right wing. You think they're conservative. They're liberals. Okay, most of
Yeah,
them folks are liberals. Okay, they're very liberal
Hmm.
according to him. Because that because I put out a chart. Okay, if you're not authoritarian, you're not really a conservative. You're actually a old-fashioned liberal. Okay, and most
yeah.
of those
Hmm.
people
Well,
most of those people are liberals. Okay, and he will tell you they have liberal ideas. Okay, but that's what they don't like about Fuentes. Okay,
yeah.
He
Fuentes.
He's
exposes everything and he stirs a pot,
Hold
basically.
on.
Go ahead.
He, he,
Neocon.
yeah, yeah.
Neocon.
He
No,
kind
no,
of,
no. Neocons. Okay, neocons. Okay, if there's a book that Irving Kristol called Neoconservatives, he was one of the first neocons, right? Okay, neocons were fucking communist, Trotskyite communists up until 1964 with civil rights, and then. They liked FDR, but thing is they didn't want black men to have civil rights, so they went from socialist communists, Trotskyites to neoconservatives. But the thing is, the reason they're neoconservatives is because the right wing of the so-called uh, 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 the new conservatives that were coming up didn't believe in their values. So they were too regressive. So
What are
and
their values?
huh?
What were their values? What are the values of the neocons?
Okay, number one, neocons are number one. They're anti-Soviet communists or anti-Chinese communists. Number one.
hold
Okay.
on. Does anybody know
Oh,
who?
Okay.
so
Hold on.
anti-Chinese
Hold on.
communism.
Okay.
Hold
Huh?
on.
Go
Does
ahead.
anybody know who Ting Dang is? He's not
Ting Dang.
connected.
Ting Dang? No, I don't know who it is.
Well, let's take a look.
Let him type in the chat and see
No,
who he
no.
is.
His device is not connected to anyway.
Okay.
So
Okay. Uh, basically, this is what I've learned from the people on the inside because I didn't know, man, until the war. I always thought they were conservative, but then in the Washington D.C. circles they call them Trotskyites. I said, wait a minute, I never heard of that shit. So I read Irving Kristol's book. Sure enough, okay, in the 30s and 40s, these was actually hardcore Trotskyite communists. Okay. And then under
Mm.
FDR, they kind of softened a little bit. And in 1964, they said, okay, this so-called unfettered liberalism is too much for us, right? So
mhm.
so basically the neoliberals, okay, and the neocons, which are basically the same wing. Okay, the neoliberals are basically what I call Fabian socialists, right? They believe in economic the economic takeover of the world. In other words, we're going to do it piece by piece. We're not going to use brute force. But the thing is, the Trotskyites, the neoconservatives, they want to take the whole world by force and force them into this so-called liberal democratic stance.
Oh, so more like a democratic socialist, as they now call it.
The democratic socialists or
Which is a fun way of saying communist.
Not really. Communists and socialists are not the same thing.
Okay. I know. That's why they say democratic socialists. It's their fun way of saying communism.
Okay. United States was based on a socialist principle, which is a social contract. Okay, so all the stuff that they employed, okay, they had to employ because of the Industrial Revolution, which is 8-hour work week, public education, yada yada yada, all that shit is socialism. Okay, and they had to do it is because capitalism unfettered would destroy itself. If you look up at if you look at Investopedia, right, they'll tell you that this is a balanced system, right? 50% capitalism and 50% socialism. Chinese is a little bit more socialist than capitalist. Chinese are about 60% socialist and 40% capitalist. Okay, Chinese is basically Chinese is what the United States used to be, believe it or not. Okay, so there are no the last I would say pure communist country maybe is probably North Korea. They're the only ones. There aren't anymore. Okay, Cuba's not like that anymore. Venezuela's not like that. They're all mixed economies. Okay, but the thing is that the difference between socialists are the original. The thing is the communists, which believes in worldwide revolution. Okay, which Stalin wanted it. He believed in it. But the thing is, when they took over Russia, he said we got to build internally first before we take this on the road, right? Trotsky said no, we're into this worldwide revolution, right? Okay, and all the Trotskyites did when they became the conservatives is take those principles, okay, and take the so-called we call democratic principles, liberal democratic, neoliberal democratic principles, and said okay, we're gonna spread this by force. That's the difference between a neoliberal, which is economic.
Oh shit!
And a neoconservative.
That's what was that Jew boy's name? That's one of the heads of BlackRock.
Prince.
Damn it! I can't forget this. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Eric Prince?
No, the other one.
Oh, the BlackRock, not Blackwater. Okay, I don't know.
No, BlackRock. Larry Fink.
I don't know his name.
That's what he was saying. Larry Fink. He said, they were talking about how, because as you know, BlackRock tried to force communism down our throats under the guise of socialism. Through media.
Yeah.
Through media and policy.
Yeah.
And they asked him, well, what if the people reject it? And he sat up there and said, well, you have to force them.
Yeah,
and the funny thing about it is that back in 85, 86, I used to play that lecture by the guy who defected from Russia, and he was saying that this is what they were going to do. They were going to force social reconstruction on people, and even if you showed it to them in their face, if you took them and they literally saw it for themselves, they would reject it. Even if you kick, as he's quoting, even if you kick them in their fat bottom, they would still reject the truth. This is what we're going through right now where you have Democrats, mainly Democratic leaders, who sit up here and protect criminal illegals.
Okay.
No matter what they do. And you have, of course, paid agitators who fall in line with them. And every time they do that, I mean, I have to be honest. I go and I ask them. I say, "Hey, thank you for protecting pedophiles, human traffickers, drug dealers, and murderers.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Well,
just because." I mean, there's a whole conspiracy theory that I don't want to get into right now.
Okay, that's how come I always play David Schweikert. Okay. If you watch David Schweikert, because he talks about the budget and how the economic system is actually constructed, he tells you why they did this shit, okay? He tells you why they did the shit. He tells you exactly why Biden did what he did. Okay. And if you look at it, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. The thing is, Biden did it. Biden wanted to do it underhandedly. Okay, Congress should have the balls and the guts to actually do this shit the proper way, but they won't. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, the thing is, nobody cared that these people came in and started working. Okay, because you needed workers any goddamn way. What you didn't need is to give them fucking welfare. If Congress had the balls enough to stand up there and make standards, okay, and make an
Yes.
immigration bill the proper way that should have been done like 40 years ago instead of using these motherfuckers as wage slaves. And this is both sides, it's Republican and Democrats. It ain't just the Democrats doing this shit, okay? Because Republicans actually played it because it was actually on YouTube. The Republicans had a sit down. They knew these motherfuckers were doing. They knew that they were paying for it. They put that shit on hold. They never said anything. Okay, they never said anything. So it's not just one side or the other. But thing is that that's one thing I liked about Trump. Trump is the Joker. Okay, now like him or not, okay. Okay, he's gonna do some shit that's gonna be off the wall, and it's gonna be fucked up. But the thing is, he's gonna overturn this shit and expose it, and that's what I'm for. That's what I was for. That's why I said, okay, I'd rather have him than these motherfuckers doing the shit behind undercover.
You see, they're finding these companies because let's be honest,
Uh-huh.
Karen Bass said that if you deport,
We're gonna move on after this. Go ahead, Bay.
all right.
Yeah.
Karen Bass said that if you deport the illegal migrants, you will destroy California's workforce economy.
You would.
And it's like, fuck you.
No.
But the thing about it is, Trump at the same time,
Mhm.
his cabinet, they're going to fine these companies $1,000 a day
That's what he should do.
for hiring illegals.
That's what they should do.
Exactly. And my whole thing is
that's what Obama did the same thing, but he did it quietly. Okay, he didn't announce it. Okay, that's how come they were self-deporting because Obama threatened to threaten the company, so they had to lay these people off, and they're not gonna stay if they can't work.
this is what I love. This is what I love, and I said this less than 2 weeks ago. I said, in all honesty, if I'm law enforcement
Mm-hmm.
and you're telling me that I have to protect criminal illegals that like to rape and murder little girls for sport,
Mm-hmm.
fuck you. I will quit and I will join ICE.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, as we know, less than 2 weeks ago, they said, "Hey, look, join ICE. You know, these are all your benefits. You get a signing bonus, everything." The funny thing about it is that they said, who was it? Christy Noam said, we've received over 100,000 applications that we have to comb through.
Yeah.
Now, last year, I was saying to Charles, I said, huh?
Go ahead and finish up.
I was saying, if you're under 35, if you desperately need a job, you need to join either the military or law enforcement.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
You do.
right now, this is your chance as a young man under the age of, I would say under the age of 40 or 50, especially if you have any type of military, law enforcement, security, whatever type of background where you were allowed to carry a badge and a gun. You will be fast tracked in. You will be taken care of. Your debts will be cleared.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just get rid of the people who, after 4 years, when it's all said and done and you've gotten rid of these people, you can either stay on, transfer, or get you a nice little factory job. But at any rate, 50K will set you up for at least a good 10 years, unless you are greedy because you got a job. 50K should set you up. You're not that much in debt.
And I still pay you about 70 grand a year, so you should be sitting fat.
Yeah, you should be doing damn good.
Okay,
go ahead, AB.
My next segment. It goes into my next segment. South Park had an episode, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
People being targeted in these raids are kind, hardworking, deeply faithful people who care for their families. I have no doubt that there are many, many Latinos in heaven.
Big for it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I haven't seen this episode. Oh Lord!
Ice rating heaven.
oh boy, that's fucked up.
Did they also rate hell as well? Did they also rate hell?
No.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. It is fucked up. That's fucked up.
Oh man,
you know what? I'm gonna have to watch that tomorrow. Good Lord.
Yeah, I was. They had me dying laughing yesterday when I was watching that, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's some wild shit. That's wild funny.
Yeah. Now,
yo, babe, you got an echo on your end.
I got what?
Sorry?
You got an echo.
Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? Is that better? Is that better?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
No, still got the echo. I still hear your echo on your end.
Go. I can't hear it either. Babe, go into your StreamYard settings and hit echo cancellation. So go to your hit your icon and just say audio.
Okay.
Yeah. It's checked. Okay. You should have it then. All right.
You know what it is. You know what? I bought.
Okay. Let's continue. Fair warning.
Yeah.
I
bought a mixer. I'll fix it tomorrow.
All right. There are a lot of adorable AIs in this one.
Mm-hmm.
The plan for tonight is to keep mommy awake until she's crying louder than I am.
Oh shit.
The plan for tonight is
those are cute.
You little monster.
Needs to be the next person 6 feet under. You can't get away with serving slop to the saints. Whoever cooked the food for the
Actually, that looks pretty good. Fried chicken. Look like a roll, like a biscuit. Anyway.
Some greens.
You were just born. Any first words?
Just found out my name is Karen, and I'd like to speak to the manager.
You were just born. Any first words?
Found out my name is Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, a boring Karen. He's gonna curse me already, huh?
Oh boy.
Shit.
How you gonna be a hoe Monday through Saturday, but holy on Sunday?
I know a lot of them that do that.
Well, holy. I mean,
yeah, they sit on they sit on the front, the first bench. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And who are they hoeing for?
The pastor usually. Let me shut up. Anyway.
Yeah. Thank you.
Speak to the manager.
What's wrong?
No one's changed my diaper in the last 10 minutes. I'd like to speak to the manager.
What's wrong?
No one's changed.
I am getting an echo, but I don't know. I am getting an echo. Is that Bay or?
Let me check mine. Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. Okay.
Okay.
My diaper in the last 10 minutes. I'd like to speak to the man.
You ain't in love, baby. You in a situationship with a walking red flag who can't even spell loyalty. God didn't send him. You out here crying over a motherfucker that don't even know what loyalty looks like. You praying up for signs from God, and he.
This is all AI skits.
Sent red flags, fireworks, and a fucking billboard. You loud as hell online, but quiet when it's time to grow up. Sit your messy ass down.
I think I'm going to use these to bring my comic book to life.
You praying for a bag for sleeping in until 2 p.m.? God don't bless lazy dreams. You got an attitude, broke Wi-Fi, and your room dirty. Ain't nobody praying for your stink ass.
Damn.
Protective of your energy, but you messy, lazy, and fake woke as hell. Baby, you the PRI blim. You don't.
The what?
Auntie, what's something that's starting to fight instantly at the cookout?
When they catch your cousin trying to sneak 3 plates to the car and she just fucking got there.
Oh yeah, that's one.
What's something that'll start a fight instantly at the cookout?
When somebody touching the ribs that ain't done yet, I'll flip you like a burger, nephew. Back
No.
up.
No, Unc.
When somebody bring their new man and the old baby daddy keep popping up at the family function. Boy, get the hell
God.
Somebody bring store-bought potato salad with them raisins in it, you get your ass jumped and kicked out.
I know that's right. You better not bring no potato salad with raisins in them.
When somebody
You
try to
only
take
get them from your white
Potato
girlfriend.
salad.
oh nah, baby.
What's something that's striking a fight
Sorry
in the
about that.
cookout instantly? Let that music skip one more time. The DJ get his ass kicked out. We ain't come here for no remix, and we came to 2 step. What's something that's starting to fight instantly at the cookout?
Grandpa,
Sorry about that.
tell me a story about the late 1900s.
You sit down in your Jinko jeans and a bucket hat. You crush a
What?
container of Dunkaroos and save all the frosting for the last dunk. Your mom's
What?
not home, so you crush a can of Surge too. You're tweaking on sugar hard. That stuff
What?
hit different. You go outside.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm too old for that.
That's a white millennial experience.
Right. I'm too old and not my culture.
You're a Gen Xer. You would know, but what are we talking about? You're too
No,
old.
I don't. I didn't understand what the hell he was saying.
Period.
Maybe my father would understand him.
Right, I'll bake him a.
Hold on.
If Deacon Miles lay that pipe right, I'll bake him a sweet potato pie in a thong. Period.
I want him to fold me like I forgot to pay the light bill.
If Deacon Miles lay that pipe.
Yep, sounds about right.
So basically, this woman. Pause a minute. So basically, what the older woman was saying was she would bake a potato, bake a sweet potato pie like Patti LaBelle would come in looking like Megan Good. Oh no,
She
not
already,
Megan Good. Sorry.
he already did that.
Come on, Neighbor. This happens all the time in black churches.
I'm having fun with this. Okay. Hey, Louis.
She already do it.
They're not telling half of it either.
Yeah, probably not.
And she probably learned about how good it was from her daughter.
God, please make this bear a Christian. Father, thank you for this delicious meal. I'm
Oh
about
yeah,
to
I heard
receive.
that story. There was a lion. It's actually a lion. The original was a lion.
I could have healed this man for 4 easy payments of $3,000. Now look at him, just a dead loser. Pass the collection plate, amen.
Oh boy.
I could have healed
Jimmy Swaggart.
Pretty much.
May he rest in peace.
Can you read me a poem from the late 1900s?
This was by the late great Cisco. It goes, she had dumps like a truck, size like what, all night long. Let me see that song. The beat goes.
Right, you forgot. Maybe movie, but I'm gonna sing it again.
Song, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Oh, there's a controversy behind that story because was it?
Hold on, Neighbor. BGS. You know that song's well over 20 years old now.
Yeah, I know. I remember when it came
25.
out. No, it's about yeah.
That's about right.
Close. It's about right. Yeah.
That's about right.
25. It came out in 2000. Unleash the Dragon. I still have the album. What? Am I wrong for saying that? I love that album.
And I know, and he's as sweet as a sugar dumpling. Okay.
Shouts out to Baltimore.
Hold on, wait a minute. I remember a dude came to high school and dyed their hair gray just because of Cisco.
What?
Or blonde, yeah.
What?
Yes. I can
Cisco was the original Lavender Marriage. Okay.
And I could say that them dudes was sugary.
Grandpa.
Cisco was.
No, these were heterosexuals. These were not sugary dudes.
Come on. So they was like Riley walking around in a skirt and a man purse.
No, Cisco.
This ain't gay.
Cisco is very sugary, just like Luther Vandross sung about women. Okay.
Wait.
These dudes were complete heterosexuals. I ain't gonna put that on them. Nah.
No.
Hey, wait.
And what I heard, AB.
AB.
Not Cisco, but the dudes I'm talking about.
Oh, the dudes you talked about. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
AB.
Yeah, you know what? What was that? Give me that thug in love.
yeah, Gangstalicious. They're talking about the Gangstalicious
exactly.
character. It's about that thug in love. But what?
Hold on. So Cisco had a little sugar in him. I'm not surprised.
a little.
I guarantee you never was in the bathroom by yourself with him.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's pictures floating around of him at Diddy's parties. So.
Oh,
BGS.
They gonna beat me up and make me kiss it.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Can you read me a poem?
Go ahead, Louis.
Are you talking about pure cane sugar?
No, them dudes was brown sugar.
You know that sugar is brown before they bleach it, right? Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
So basically, wait a minute.
He
Oh, go
might
ahead.
not even be sugar. He might be
911,
cane
they
juice.
sitting over there eating ribs and only gave me this stupid milk. That's got to be a crime.
Who you calling?
911, they sitting over there eating ribs and only gave me this stupid milk.
That's something my grandson would have said when he was little.
I bet this.
BGS, I can tell you. BGS, I can tell you this.
Name her.
Okay, go ahead. I'm not doing anything disrespectful. What's going on, AB?
I don't know. I think it's the overlap. But
okay, all right.
You can tell with babies that they can smell that real food, and they're like, "You give me this milk? I know I smell that real food. Give me that real food."
Yeah, they can smell it. They can smell the spices, and you see them smacking their lips.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but the problem is they haven't had their teeth yet, and some of them not ready to digest.
They don't.
They
care.
can't digest all the food yet.
Yeah, what you do is give a little bit of salt. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
You cut that meat up real fine into almost shredded.
Yeah.
Them babies will tear that stuff up, bro.
They sure will.
This one is hilarious. But hold on, wait. This one.
Okay, here we go.
Motherfuckers, listen. Darth Vader challenged me as supreme leader over the universe.
Wait for it.
What the hell? I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Hello there. As new ruler of the American Empire, I'm releasing the Epstein files.
That is
Not
funny.
even Sith Lords
Yeah,
would
you don't fuck around with DV.
Motherfuckers, listen.
His
Darth
initials
Vader
are
challenged me
DV
as
for
supreme
Darth Vader.
leader
That's
over the
domestic violence.
What the hell? I'm getting the fuck out of here.
That's Padme about them that DV initial.
That was he was James Earl Jones and a motherfucker.
What's going to be the first toy you pick up and play with today?
Bitch, it's 7 in the morning. I'm not worried about toys. Where's my blanket and pillow?
What's going to be the first toy you pick up and play with today?
Yeah.
Then
it's December 25th.
Where's my blanket and pillow?
December 25th, they be up 4:42 in the morning.
Something was always poking me in my head.
Hold on, wait a minute.
What do you remember most from being in your mom's stomach?
Something was always poking me in my head.
Damn.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
God. Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
You had that cervix puncher, huh? You had that cervix puncher.
I have a question.
Section 8. Now what? I gotta go get a job or something. I'm about to crash out, dead ass. What the fuck?
I have a
You mean
question.
new bill taking away
Go
my-
ahead.
And actually, it's about that. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This and it's puzzling.
Mm-hmm.
So, how many generations do you think it will take before there is a new social contract?
Maybe one is because you're getting ready to have a changeover because of all the automation coming in. You're gonna have to have a new social contract. It's being written right now. The thing is, it hasn't been completed.
Yeah.
I give it 2.
Would there be?
No.
It
It's
would
gonna
be $180.
Babe,
No,
I
it's
really
gonna-
think
it's
I can
gotta-
afford this tonight, if that's okay with you.
DeAndre, I knew your ass
Well,
was broke.
there's a reason why I give it 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Because right now you currently have
Uh-huh.
I'll put it to you like this: you currently have the current mentality of prostitution, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is teaching the underclass right now
Mm-hmm.
the ideology of that prostitution.
Okay.
But I'm thinking, let's say children born after 2026,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to realize that the ideology of their mothers and grandmothers is bullshit. It doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to teach their children. They're going to teach their children a new social contractual ideology. This is why I say it's going to take 2.
Okay, I'll tell you why it has to be less than 2. Okay,
go ahead.
It's because with AI, robots, and automation, most of your jobs are going to be gone. Okay, and that's within the next 10 years or so. You're already seeing it happening, starting to happen now, starting to splinter. For the United States, especially the United States, to actually compete, they're going to have to start laying off people and reducing wages, reducing costs. Okay, they can only do this through automation. So what do you do with the people? You will not survive two generations with this society if you wait that long.
Right.
Because automation and stuff like that. AB can tell you this shit is happening in a rapid pace. They're already laying off people. They're already basically getting rid of jobs, and basically the BRICS and all these other low wage countries are eating our freaking lunch right now. You're not going to survive. So social contract will be just like remember during the Depression, they rewrote the whole social contract was in less than 5 years.
Right. Well, here's why I say too. Not this generation born after 2026, but the children that come after 2026. Is because a lot of, and I'm speaking about the Black experience. They're such democratic slaves that they're going to hold on to this white, lesbian, feminist, communist ideology, even when it destroys them. But their children, based on what I would say would be the new school system, is going to realize that mama and grandmama are idiots.
Okay.
And hey, look, there is no passing down Section 8. There is no sitting up on welfare, until I die.
Yeah,
hold on.
Okay.
It's like this. Either you get up off your ass and make something of yourself, find you a Leroy or a Steve or a Parker or whatever, or a Carlton that's doing something, so that way you can live a comfortable life and not wind up in poverty like your grandmother and your mama, or you're going to starve to death. So I give it, this is why I say 2 generations. But that second generation, what I'm saying is, I hear what you're saying. Because 2 things can be right at the same time. That second generation will understand the failures of the previous generations and not fall for that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, the thing is that there's 2 different adjusting for culture, is one thing, right? A social contract is a completely different thing, okay? The environment makes a society rewrite a whole social contract. That's why I point to the Depression. When you had a Depression and the whole system fell, they had to rewrite in less than 5 or 6 years a whole new social contract, and people had to adapt to it very rapidly, otherwise they would have starved. The environment will make people actually accelerate their mores to the new environment, and
let's move on.
You change the way you do things rapidly.
Let's move on.
Yeah, because we have. I put it to you like this: the Black females have to drop their prostitution mentality.
Yeah,
they have to drop it because it's no longer viable.
The thing is, they will when it hit, but it has to hit bottom first. It hasn't hit bottom yet.
Yes, that's why I say 2 generations.
That's how. It's not 2 generations is 40 years. You won't have a United States if you wait that long.
Yeah, fellas, let's move on. Now, all I have to say about this video, not particularly anti, but the delusion of these bitches.
Unalived by her 54-year-old sugar daddy. A woman who used to watch Shira 7 was unalived by her 54-year-old sugar daddy. Let me tell you something. I'm reading the comments and people are saying Shira 7, her advice is dangerous. I'm not saying her advice is dangerous.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm just saying that a lot of men, they think that they own you when they give you stuff. A lot of men think that when they give you money, you are their property.
Well, yeah, they pay for your pussy, honey.
That is the high possibility.
Like I said, the delusion of these bitches.
So when you go out there and you date these guys, keep that in mind. And my thing is, she had a boyfriend. You're 54, she's 24. She's not with you because of your good looks. She's not with you because of your stamina. She's not with you because you get it up quick.
Then why does she have a boyfriend?
She had, that's who she loves dearly. You are just a wallet. Know your place. I don't care nobody say this red pill have.
Know your place? You're the prostitute. Know your place.
Did she tell her sugar daddy that she had a boyfriend?
No.
I know.
That's why he killed her. That's why he killed her. Like, hold on. Because I'll never forget. I'm still a teenager. I'm under 18. Me and my cousin, we're down in the fucking projects of Cleveland. The projects of Cleveland, Rainbow Terrace. For those of you who are familiar with Rainbow Terrace in Cleveland, that's like picture the worst project in your area.
Like Huff, huh?
Yes, we're down. No, worse than Huff in Cleveland.
Worse than Huff?
Worse than Huff in Cleveland. This is Rainbow Terrace.
Okay.
Okay? Rainbow Terrace. The cops don't even come down to Rainbow Terrace unless they're escorting the morgue to pick up the dead body.
Oh, that's like Grape Street in LA.
Right. We'll get okay, if that's what you want to call it, fine. Okay. So anyway, we're down there. My cousin is banging this chick. She got a female roommate. I'm sleeping in a room with the female roommate. I'm not trying. I mean, this chick is in her 20s. I'm under 18. I'm not even thinking of her like that. I'm just there with my cousin.
Oh shit! Here we go.
The girl's sugar daddy, as I revisionist history. The girl's sugar daddy comes to the roommate. Comes to the apartment. They step outside. They come back in. The conversation is, why am I there? And of course, the explanation is, hey, I'm just the tag along. I'm not there to fuck the roommate.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm not looking at the roommate like that.
Yeah, but you don't. It doesn't matter because he's paying for it. How does he look at it?
Thank you. Because do understand during my teenage years, I was my cousin's wingman. There have been a lot of girls that I nailed because of my cousin as a teenager, but that's because he said, "Yo, handle her."
Yeah.
Handle that chick right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you understand the role of the wingman. You're supposed to kill the cock blocker.
Yeah, you're supposed to run interference. Yeah.
Right. You run interference by giving the cock blocker what she wants. Because the only reason why a chick will cock block another girl is because she's like, well, where's my dick to? So I'm the dick. I'm the secondary dick. Oh, okay, well, if you fucking, I'm fucking.
Yeah, you're sacrificial dick. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm sacrificial dick. But I was not sacrificial dick that night.
Okay. Go ahead and let it play, AB.
But a lot of men, they forget that they're sugar daddies. They forget. A lot of guys think that the girl at the strip club really wants them and really wants a relationship. Just be careful, be mindful.
You cannot be that
54-year-old man.
You cannot be that dumb. Yeah.
Right. That's my whole point. That's my whole point.
Delusion of these bitches. Good Lord.
Yeah, no. She's not. She's dumb. She's not even delusional. She's dumb.
Right. Wants a relationship with a 24-year-old woman.
BT.
It's already a little, in my opinion. This is my opinion. There's already a little. Yeah. So
that is your opinion.
I'm not a fan of age gap relationships.
No one cares.
I never.
Antoine.
I've never been an advocate.
First piece, he married his first piece.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I just
supposed to do it, but anyway.
I can't get with, and it doesn't make sense to me, the whole idea of being able to have a conversation with somebody that haven't lived life. But that's my preference, right? And my biggest thing has always been make sure you abide by the law. And even when you abide by the law, I don't necessarily have to agree with your decision to get into a relationship with a younger woman. Now, that usually is the nasty part. Usually is applicable when it's somebody that just turned 18. I did a whole video on the whole Lil Tay thing where guys were signing up and they were basically on a waiting list for her to turn 18.
So that's just ironing board chick. I know that some that's white. That's a white dude's fantasy.
I don't expect you to agree with everything that I say. The other side of it is this woman was 24 years old. That means that you were old enough to really be mature enough to know what you was getting yourself into. So when this woman then says, know your place as a man, why is that not applicable to women also? I think that most men understand that most relationships, even if it's not age gap, even if it's not just real, financial, as far as, you get into this space, because the first thing that she said that really caught my eye that I started laughing about, I like a good sugar daddy, but know your place. So that's not applicable, and you
Bitch,
don't understand
what?
that you're getting into a transactional relationship with
That's that
guys.
entitlement.
You don't get that? But guys are delusional. Now let me level set here.
no.
I don't agree, and I'm just now catching
Let him
on
run.
to this whole story. I don't agree that anybody should be unalived at all.
Of course not.
Like, if you don't like the circumstance, and I don't know what the circumstance is behind why she got unalived, walk away, get out of it. That's not your cup of tea. Keep it moving, right? I don't even understand how all of these people are coming to this conclusion. That
a woman who used to watch She Was
Hold
Seven.
on. Hold on. Let me explain it. Let me explain it.
Pause for it.
Let me explain it.
He's already finished.
Okay.
Let me explain it. The whole purpose of you being a sugar daddy is that, hey, look, I'm paying for the exclusivity of the box.
Yes.
Flat out. Now, I've had situations because when I was in Ohio, my last 6 years in Ohio, I had a fine ass white girl. Okay, I mean fine as fuck.
Ooh, okay.
But the whole
You piqued my
situation
interest.
was, I'm not paying you for your box. You are. It's the exchange was, I give you what you can't get out there in the streets, which is, premium grade A strokes, premium grade A beef. You can't get that. I've literally sat there and I'm unhooking her bra while she's talking about the problem she's having with this guy, several guys or whatever that she's messing with. Okay, because I understand that you and I are we're just those type of buddies. We're those type of friends. You come over when you need stress relief, and I don't have a problem giving it to you.
You're her concubine. Yeah.
Right. I don't call you. You call me. That was literally the situation, because I'm cool either way. But trust me, I will destroy you. But the situation is, as far as with the sugar daddies, from what I understand, when the sugar daddy is paying your bills, giving you an allowance, whatever, however the sugar daddy situation goes, is that if you don't tell him that, hey, look, I'm in a bind, Nate, but I got a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? You got to be upfront and personal and truthful with your sugar daddy, because he's not your fucking man. No. He's not your boyfriend. He's not your father. He's not your brother. He's not your cousin. He is the guy who pays you for sex. He's your trick. Yeah. You need to let your trick know, hey, look, I can't stay. I can't stay the night. I got my boyfriend gonna be calling me, etc., etc., etc. I'm only available. You fuck with me when I call you.
In other words, basically but it lowers the price, and they know that.
Yep.
But you know what? Too fucking bad.
Well, I know it's too fucking bad, but thing is, that's why she got unalived, because she wanted more out of that dude, so she had to tell that sweet lie. Okay.
Yeah, look.
Hold on, that's right. You cannot. But that's the thing, though. And when you're in a transactional relationship, you need to be 100% honest with what the fuck is going on, whether it destroys the relationship that you have or not. Because this is how you stay alive.
Exactly.
This is how you stay unhurt.
That's what they call street justice. That happen.
Yeah, and you don't want to get caught up in that.
Yeah. Let's move
Just give me truth. Yeah, but just can I say something? All right.
How good he's. I don't care how good he look, how good he smell, or how much money he got. He better not ever forget that he can be replaced. Because don't play with me. I don't care how good he look, how good he smell, or how much money he got.
That goes both ways, woman.
Not ever forget that he can be replaced.
Do you tell him that? Do you tell him that?
50-50 this, 50-50 that. Just so we clear. If I'm paying 50-50 with a nigga, just know another nigga paying my half.
Okay.
Niggas always talking about 50-50 this, 50-50
Oh, that's
that.
wrong with
Just so
Roger.
we clear. I'm paying 50-50 with a nigga. Just know another nigga paying my half.
Okay, that other nigga gonna be paying your half by
I mean,
himself.
in other words, you're gonna tell him that up front.
Exactly.
Okay. To base
Now you see why I say 2 generations.
No, it ain't gonna take that long.
It's not gonna take that
Hey,
long.
Bitter. Yeah, Bitter, can you hear me?
It didn't take them that
No,
long.
I can't hear you.
Oh, come on.
No,
Come on. Can you not be an asshole to me for once?
$2 plus security.
They're already starting to reverse the position in the last 6 months since Donald Trump got in.
Yeah.
Anyway, they might hate my guts for this, but to his point, prime example I can give you is does the name V. Stiviano ring a bell?
No.
Oh, V? Yeah.
Do you remember Donald Sterling?
Yeah.
Donald Sterling, sugar baby. Remember what
you know
happened to
you know what
her?
his problem was? You know what his problem was? He fell in love with it. He fell in love with it.
Yeah, I understand that. But remember how it all started. He caused it, as racist as the motherfucker was, and as senile as he was, because apparently he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia.
Mm-hmm.
He told her, I'm supporting your lifestyle. I don't appreciate you going around posting pictures with certain black guys and whatnot. It bothers me.
Yeah.
She tried to turn it, but she posted in a certain way. And then what happens? One, he gets diagnosed with dementia. His wife now has power of attorney. Shelley Sterling.
Okay.
She secures the sale of whatchamacall, right? The sale of the Clippers. Make it $2 million. And then afterwards, she sues the girl, the sugar baby.
Yeah.
And the sugar baby is forced to give up everything.
Yeah.
She walked out of there with,
The thing is, it's not that she
A Tyler Perry movie, The Family That Prays.
It's not that she the problem with that is not that what she did and she made it public.
Yeah.
That was the
She
problem.
embarrassed him. She was off code.
And then the whole NBA had to come in and make him sell the team, okay? Because he's off code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's fine. The Clippers were garbage. But I understand, but you know what? He's exactly what I'm talking about. If I'm paying you, why the fuck is you sitting courtside with other dudes?
Yeah.
You need to be by your
if you're gonna sit courtside, right? Exactly. If I'm paying you for the box, you need to be sitting courtside with your girlfriend.
Yes.
Or
and
a
supporting
family
your
member.
lifestyle.
Exactly, because I'm paying for this apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying your car note.
It's in his name.
Whatever. Exactly.
Everything's in his name.
Yeah.
Everything's in his name. Secondly, he did that interview afterwards, but the fact that the wife, because like I said, to protect his ass, they had to give him that so-called dementia diagnosis by several doctors within a month, and the wife took over, and the wife was
fake dementia.
I've said this. Yeah, fake dementia. But the wife, I remember his interview, and he's like, this motherfucker sounds like he's demented, especially when he was saying some shit about Magic Johnson. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Magic Johnson was rumored to have had HIV at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
but it didn't even slow him down.
No, it didn't slow him down because you have yet to find one chick or one chick to come out. Hold on, you have one chick to come out legally and prooffully say that Magic Johnson gave them AIDS or HIV.
Yeah.
Right. That whole thing, as far as I'm concerned, that Magic HIV thing was a fucking scam.
Basically, they tested him like 6 or 7 times. Okay. And he came back with a positive test. I mean, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, but not one chick came up and said, he gave me HIV and it was legally declared. And also Magic, whether Magic Johnson had it or not, he did go see Dr. Sebi.
All right.
He did. But thing is, okay, I know for a fact, okay, he get the regular checkup. They tested him. He came up positive. So they had him test like 3 or 4 times. They all came up positive. So whether he was HIV is a scam or not was one thing. But things but then the test came up positive. I know that for a fact. Okay.
Right, but he didn't pass it to anybody.
Hey.
And he was a big whore.
Yeah,
he was a huge whore.
Yes, we got.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I got 67 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat show. Now, evidently, some of Jasmine Crockett's staffers have talked to the press, and it turns out she was the whole minstrel show. And well, I'm gonna be nice today. She was the whole hot mess we thought she was. So let's take a look.
Ooh.
Come on.
Oh, this chick. I'd rather you went to the news.
Internship, just excited.
Oh, okay.
To serve your country.
I'd rather you went to a ballot source.
And bushy tail, and then boom, your new boss is yelling at you, telling you to shut up, flapping her eyelashes like a deranged
like
muppet, and walking around Capitol Hill like it's her own personal reality show. Meanwhile, her wig is just looking like it lost a fight in a wheat whacker, right? I mean, it's just a mess all the way around, no matter how you look at it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Click on it.
Yeah, she's playing a character, man.
She's what I'm calling America's next top congressional.
They said that she was nothing like that before she came to Congress.
She appeals to the Dr. Umar crowd.
Well, the younger crowd, the so-called 92 octane, aka crowd that thinks that they master the universe, and they call them clatchets, right? Where the classy ratchet chicks. So that's how they show up.
What they call them, clatchets?
Yeah,
clatchets.
Clatchet means classy ratchet.
I'm gonna use that.
That is hilarious.
It's an old term with that they used to use for the housewives of Atlanta. They used to call them clatchets.
Classy ratchet.
Yeah, classy ratchets. Yeah.
BTS, you are the master teacher. Thank you for teaching me a new word.
Yeah, that is an old term, man. I thought everybody knew what the clatchet was.
Oh no, but it makes sense. But I never heard of it first time. Okay, thank you.
Chicks with underwater basket degrees. Underwater basket weaving degrees.
But the thing is, when she's in Congress, she's playing a character. Okay.
Yeah. Gist of the story is her staffers came out and said that she's lazy, she don't get any work done, and yada yada yada, the whole 9 yards. She's the diva that I always thought she was.
She's a Kamala Harris of
she's a typical.
Yeah,
she's a typical. You know what? I wrote her. I said, "You talking all this crap on TV, but go back home. Go back home."
Yeah, she recently told Donald Trump he's a piece of shit. Yada yada yada. I'm like, okay.
But won't say it to his face.
Yeah, remember I told you she's cosplaying a ratchet chick.
Yeah,
that's what she's doing. She's playing a character.
Yeah, she's a preacher's daughter.
The daughter, yeah, okay, preacher's daughter, yeah.
Yeah, because anyway, a lot of politicians, Donald, there's times you actually see the real Donald Trump when he's out of character. Okay.
Yeah.
Like when he's talking to Zelensky and told him he didn't have the cards. Okay, that's Donald Trump. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the real Donald Trump. That's the deal maker. Okay. Now, when he's in front of the press, sometimes he plays a character. The thing is, how do you separate the character from the real Donald Trump? Okay.
Yeah.
He has strong media savvy.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was what? He was in what? In Hollywood for what? 15 years, 15, 20 years.
Yeah. You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. He knows how to play the character. Yeah.
He knows how to play the media. He knows how to play people.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also apparently Letitia James has another charge against her.
Oh, she's finally under investigation.
Yeah.
My whole thing is I'm tired of people being under investigation. I'm tired of files being on Pam Bondi's desk. Bitch, until you actually throw some handcuffs to somebody or actually have somebody in the courtroom, I don't care to hear that shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, they want to sour their reputation. That's how come they're doing it. Okay. At some level, some people know way too much, and to put handcuffs on them is going to cause way more problems unless you're going to unalive them. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people
that would
can't
give
go.
them credibility if you put the cuffs on them. So you gotta smear their kid. You have to put them to a campaign smear.
That's why I'm shocked Diddy is still alive. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Because you know what? They have the evidence. They have the evidence. Diddy lost all his leverage.
Yeah, he did. But thing is, Epstein did too. But thing is that he's got a mouse. Okay. And evidently he pledged his allegiance, man, because he's still alive.
Who did he?
Yes.
Yeah. He kept his mouth shut. They got all his evidence.
Yeah.
He, everybody that that has anything on him.
Yeah.
Trust me, they're looking at secret paydays. The one chick who, as far as the Epstein chick who said, I'm not suicidal. They found her swinging, being a human wind chime because she didn't want to play ball. You notice nobody else is talking about coming forward or being a witness or anything because they took the money. They took the silence.
I mean, and the thing is, she's up on a higher level than they were because she was the man next to the man. Okay, so she would do way too much, and knew it was only a matter of time. No matter how much they paid her, okay, she's a loose cannon. They were going to come for her eventually. Okay,
you see your girl Maxine played ball. Maxine played ball. They're moving her to some little country club of a prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So
shout out to Louis. Hit the super chat and likes. Sucker.
Yeah, you gotta say like Booker T, man. Hold on. Hit that super chat. Sucker.
Andrew Tate had to take the same deal, otherwise he wouldn't be around.
Yeah. Now, fair warning for the next segment. Fair warning for the next segment.
Simp alert. Simp.
All right.
Yeah.
This one's a doozy.
Okay.
Any man that snitch on another man for cheating, you going to hell. I'm dead serious. God don't like that. He don't. If you snitch on another man, if you don't honor the God code, you going to hell, bro. You going straight to the flames. If you like another man's girl and you snitch on him for cheating just to get his girl,
dirty man.
You a coward. God don't like you. If you got to down another man just to get the woman,
yeah, I agree. That's dirty man.
You lame as hell. You going straight to the flames.
You know what? I have
girl code. Men backdoor other men. There's no honor with the God code shit. There's no honor. When I was in college, I had a friend who backdoored me. He went straight to my girl after we broke up and told her everything. Guess what happened to his ass? He dead as fuck. His ass got hit by a car. That's what happens when you act like a bitch, straight up. Any man that snitch on another man for cheating,
you don't go to hell for that. You go to purgatory.
God don't like that.
Purgatory.
You go to purgatory. You don't go to hell. You don't go to heaven. You go to purgatory.
And women don't respect him either.
Right. That is not going to get you the pussy, my nigga. That's not going to get you the pussy, my nigga. If anything, women already know that you know the dirt.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep silent, trust me, they will try to use the pillow talk to get you to snitch. They will throw the pussy at you and hope that you snitch.
Yeah, the only exceptions to that is if they're old friends or relatives. They're like part of the family. Okay,
right. But if you go ahead, you the friend of the dude. You don't. Right. She will give you the pussy as leverage. But your whole job is once you get the pussy, you tell your friend, yo, man, yo, bitch, fuck me to try to get me to snitch on you, but I didn't do it. I didn't snitch on you. Your friendship will be tighter with the dude, and he'll break up with the bitch.
You mean bros over hoes?
Yes.
Yes.
That's how the game is played.
That's bro code. You ain't supposed to dirty Mac your friend.
Oh, that reminds me. Alexa, play Homies Over Hoe by Gangstalicious.
Y'all come here and y'all boo and tell these motherfucking sob stories about a woman stop you from seeing your fucking child. And then they like keep tagging me in the Cortez video, his little update. And it's like, see the system. You were saying to trust the system. And see, he got, nigga, First of all, nigga been doing all this shit on his own. He been doing all this shit on his own. That's number one. Number two, the system ain't do nothing. She didn't show up because she had her lawyer show up for her. She got a lawyer. What regular ass nigga's gonna walk up and just be the lawyer? And he got blindsided by it because he wasn't expecting it. And then all they did, the lawyer tried to push the case back, the contempt case or whatever he was talking about. They just trying to delay. Like, if he gets an attorney, I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's gonna eventually see his child. You know why? Because he's doing what he has to do. Not like y'all niggas who boo-hooing, crying, got a sob story, want a pity party, want to get with all the other baby daddies and pat each other on the back and complain about the women y'all laid down with that y'all should have chose better with. Because the argument I presented is that there is no woman on this planet that will stop a man from seeing his children.
That's bullshit.
If said man wants to
That's
see
bullshit.
his children.
You ain't got no kids.
Children. I know y'all hard of hearing. I said, see your children.
That's bullshit.
That's
not
bullshit.
Get full custody, not try to get out of child support, all that other shit y'all talking about. I said simply, see your child.
No, that's bullshit.
If you don't even have visitation
That
scheduled,
is
I'm not trying to
bullshit.
get your sob story. If you don't, but when you say that, I should have to do that. I should have to, yeah. Well, you shouldn't lay down with a bitch you ain't want to have. You wasn't married. You thought marriage.
Thank you.
Carry only applied to women.
Yeah,
but y'all
Thank
don't believe
you.
in that shit.
Thank you.
See,
all about who you pick as a bitch.
That woman that you didn't like,
any bitch can go left, man.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that's the whole thing. It depends on who you pick as a bitch.
You know, any bitch can go left.
It depends on who you pick as a bitch.
Hold on. Even the most down bitch can go left, man.
That's
Under the right
again. It depends on
circumstances.
who you pick as a bitch, because it ain't just you and her. It's you, her parents, your parents, her brother, sister, cousin, uncle, brother, father, whatever.
Any chick, I don't care how.
Let me explain it.
Hold on.
Let me explain it. Let me explain it.
Hold on. Let me get mine. I'll let you get yours in. Let me get mine in. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Any bitch can go left. Okay. She get mad at you for whatever reason. She can go left. Okay. I don't care how good you think she is. Okay. So that's bullshit. Okay. Go ahead.
If when you call yourself trying to make a commitment to a chick, what's one of the first things you do before y'all even talk about, planning a wedding and all that shit? What's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you do?
The first thing that you do?
Yeah, once you decide y'all are serious, what's one of the first things that you do?
You want to meet her family and her best friends.
Exactly. You want to meet the family.
Yeah, but you want to do that before you get serious.
Yeah. Well, if you understand that the family is rooted in the belief of, hey, look, we're all about family, keeping this shit together, and you know what right questions to ask them. You know what the fuck you're looking out for.
Yeah.
You see how they treat grandchildren from other siblings and all of that shit. Then yeah, you go ahead, you take that risk. And if the bitch wanna around here and act like she's fucking a Cardi B whore, her family be like, yo, no, we ain't finna play that shit. Something wrong with you.
It may be, but what I'm saying is, is the risk less if you do? If she does come from a good family, and you do get married, do it the proper way. Is it less? Yes, but any chick,
it's less.
It's less. But the thing is, any chick can go left.
Yeah, she can go left, but as long as the family is like, no, hold on. If he's trying to be a good dad to his kids, you need to let him be a good father to his fucking kids.
And she doesn't have to listen to him.
Don't give a fuck. I'm your fucking parent. You wait, hold on. Let me explain it.
Okay.
You call yourself run around here and be some type of fucking hoe. We ain't doing that shit. That man wants to see his kid. I'm not watching your fucking kid. Where's his fucking father?
Yeah.
Hey, we call this father. The father wants to see his kid. Drop the kids off with his goddamn father this weekend. He wants to see his kid. Well, I don't give a fuck what you think. bitch. We didn't. Hold on. We did. Hold on. Hold on.
It don't work that way, man.
Hold on. We didn't raise you to be that way.
Doesn't matter.
So either you keep the fucking kid or the father keep the fucking kid. End of discussion. Now, if your kid wants to go off the reservation and be a complete fucking asshole and do whatever the fuck they can, that's fine. That's human nature. But at least the father knows that you are in their corner. You're in their corner. I had to do that shit with my little brother. My little brother's mother didn't want my father around my brother. I said, fuck this shit. This is his son. She thought for sure your father's gonna hurt him. No, bitch. Bitch, what? And the next thing you know, after 6 months, you know what she was doing? Dropping the kid off at my father's house. Do you understand? Dropping the kid off at my father's house because she was mad at me.
Talk about it. Because, you know, the word around the world of what men are saying is that, you know, the problem with these women today is that they're masculine and they're not submissive and they're not feminine and they're not traditional.
You niggas are hoes. You were raised by hoes and you think like a hoe.
He's a gay dude.
That explains a lot.
Okay. Her husband is paying all the bills like he's supposed to. So
You
if
can
you're a
tell.
man and you ever meet a woman and she like, you know what? I don't want to work. I want a man to pay all my bills. You can't call her a leech for that. She may want to be a stay-at-home mother. That's a whole nother job in itself.
You
So how
marry
can you
her.
call a woman a leech and say that, you know, well, these women want you to finance their life. They don't want to have to do nothing and they're lazy.
They
That's
are.
just another way of you saying that I don't have enough money to take care of a woman or a family and I need her to work too. That's what that
Yeah.
really boils down to.
Yeah, it's always
Stop
been
the
that way.
lying.
It's always been that way.
Because if you had the money to provide for a
Well,
family,
look at the cost of
it
living.
wouldn't be an issue. It really wouldn't. You cannot get mad at a woman who wants to be a stay-at-home mother. No. If she wants to be a stay-at-home mother, that's what she wants to be. You know, some women out here actually really want to do
nigga
that.
suck
And
dick.
they do want to cook and
He
clean
does.
for their husbands,
This
and
nigga
et
suck
cetera,
dick.
et cetera.
Yeah.
Clearly, if you ain't
And he
breaking
has
that
a
bag,
suck dick
why should she
female
have to work her
mentality.
whole life?
He has a
Go
white
50-50 with you, and you're not helping
lesbian
her on her half to come 50-50.
white lesbian
Especially
man
with
hating
kids.
feminist
That's the problem. You
mentality.
know what most women say that they have
White
nowadays
women don't even
is
believe in that
men not
shit.
helping with the kids. It's not even stuff around the house. It's
It's
It-
one
this-
thing
it-
when the
that-
women
that's-
do it.
that is a city girl, black city girl mentality right there.
Yeah.
It's
And
one
they
thing.
follow
It's
white
one
lesbian
thing.
feminist ideology.
Hey, can I get in?
Go ahead.
It's one thing when the women do it, but when these dudes do it, man, it makes me want to punch a hole in the wall.
Okay, that's a gay dude, man.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a woman, and he's mad at black men just like she is.
Oh hell.
Because he wants to
To the
stay home and
lesbians who
cook and
actually be
clean.
getting cracked by dudes and proving them right when they say you just ain't been hit by the right person.
I got this, bro. To the men who crush and fantasize
Oh,
about
pandering.
studs and masculine presenting women, you're the G word.
Really, nigga?
You are.
Yeah,
As a
right.
man,
Nigga, really?
a straight man.
What is he talking about?
Whenever I see a girl who thinks she's a boy, it makes the dick soft. I don't.
No,
No. He's trying to say that guys who fuck studs are gay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't start looking at her face to kind of find.
You're the first
she's
one. You
kinda
lying.
cute, you know
He's
what I'm
lying.
saying? I
Right,
ain't
he
never-
lying his ass
He's lying.
off.
He's lying his
You know
ass
how many fucking lesbian stud bitches I fucked in my life?
Yeah.
All you gotta
Women.
do is just not
Women.
look. All you gotta do is not want to put. All you gotta do with lesbian stud bitches is just literally treat them like dudes, not want the pussy. The second you get alone with them after 2-3 times, and they realize that you chill and you don't see them like that, trust me,
Yeah.
you the sneaky link.
Yes.
You are literally the sneaky link.
Hey, babe, don't talk about Shikari Richardson like that.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Exactly. You the sneaky link.
See,
You the sneaky link.
Shikari is too violent to be with women. That's how she had to go back to men. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
The women got tired of Shikari Richardson kicking their ass. Okay. You need to get a man. If you up
that
on
violent, huh?
a dude like that, you can imagine what she did to her girlfriends.
Yeah.
Can I say something here?
Go ahead.
I get so tired of dudes online who have very little life experience they listen to a lot of this red pill dumb nigga shit content, but they have very little life experience.
Okay.
I have a lot of life experience.
Okay.
A lot. I'm here. I'm 20 in my 20s, prime fucking years. I was here in Atlanta. I've met them all. I've run through them all. These niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about. They really truly don't. These fucking lesbian chicks, they will fuck you as long as you keep your mouth shut. Am I lying, BGS?
No, you're not lying.
No,
They will dog fuck the shit out of you.
Every stud got a favorite dick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give her a little drink.
Because that stud shit is born out of trauma.
Kinda.
No, well, that's some were just naturally like masculine in a sense. Because remember, maybe I'm saying this wrong, but at the end of the day, they all still, a stud still at the end of the day identifies as a woman. She's just very outwardly in her she's very masculine outwardly, but deep down she's still,
You know what I found out from studs? You know what I found out from studs? They take on the ideology or the physical appearance of their molester. And they victimize other women in an attempt to regain their femininity, which is a terrible thing to do. A terrible thing to do. That's why when they
like that,
this is why when you're alone with them and you smoking a dub or whatnot, next thing you know, they straddling you.
I remember one. Okay.
What?
Yeah, what did I say?
I'm just saying. I'm telling you how the shit goes down. Once they feel, listen to me. Once they feel comfortable enough with you where they can drop the pretense of trying to pretend to be you, the femininity in them comes out. And it comes out at 250 million%. You understand? They're saying, hold on. They're saying your name. Their legs are literally, they're holding you tight. Your tongue kissing. They become the females that they wish that they were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jules, for the Cash App, you get
ching, 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 ching. You better thank your donors.
They are wearing a costume. Stud females are wearing a costume.
I get that. Now maybe because I'm in a different part of the world, and it's different over here. But
I don't like me.
It doesn't just. Oh, fuck it. Go on, baby. Play your clip.
Don't like.
No, say it. Get it off your chest.
Like that shit is so sickening. Y'all be 30-something years old dating y'all. I don't like men who date little girls. I can promise you that. Like that shit is so sickening. Y'all be 30-something years old dating y'all classmate daughter.
He about to say
just turned 16, 17, 18. So that means you've been watching that little girl since you've been coming around. And then y'all don't do that shit.
What the fuck is he talking about?
25, shit.
Creepy. The fact that y'all can't deal with women y'all age blows.
You talking about these dudes that be that be rolling up to the high schools and shit.
You talking about R. Kelly niggas?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look. Okay, number one, for a guy, yeah, that's creepy. Number two,
that is creepy. That is very.
These creepy. You're not forcing these girls to make a decision. They're choosing to do that. I have seen several videos where girls who are now women who are over the age of 25, they have sat here and said, yeah, I grew up in poverty. My mother couldn't afford the shit that I needed for, me being a girl in high school, being a teenager, but this older guy did. This was the whole situation that went on in the 80s with drug dealers and high school girls. They set up here, and trust me, those of you who went to high school, y'all all know you've seen high school girls sitting up here jumping in the cars of grown ass men that were not these girls' relatives.
Yep.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. So now that these girls, and do understand, these girls, now that they've grown up and they've been given scholarships with their C average in high school and went to college and got their underwater basket degrees, they are still dating like they're in high school. They still date the Pookie, Ray Ray, Glocktavius, and Felantonio niggas. And then here we are in 2025, and these bitches are still complaining about the niggas that they used to fuck with in high school that were adults.
Yep.
They're still complaining about these motherfuckers.
Yep. They are.
Yes. Is it wrong?
Plausible? Because they want plausible deniability.
Right.
They don't want to own up to the fact that they
Thank
had
you.
partners. They did not, because I know where you're trying to get at, all right? Because the thing is, like, a lot of these women, just like that clip we saw about the sugar daddy thing. Bitch, you just want the benefits, but you want to evade and avoid accountability. You had a role to play in this situation. I'm not saying
you violated the code.
Tucker. I'm not saying the sugar daddy should have did what he did. Yeah, I'm not saying he should have did it, but I understand.
You violated the code.
Yeah,
you trying to change the rules
you violate the arrangement.
Right. You trying to change the rules of the code. It's just like who's the little midget?
You can't
actor?
renegotiate it midway.
Peter Dinklage. You familiar
Dinklage.
with Peter Dinklage, the little midget actor?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You getting all of these roles because you're the midget actor, okay? But you pulling up the ladder behind you. You don't want dwarves to play in the seven dwarves because it's some type of dwarfism or some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, hold on.
I know what you're saying, but think about this.
Hold on,
okay, go back.
Let's talk about that for a bit. I don't know if you remember the rest of Hornswoggle. He called him out for that shit.
Yeah, Hornswoggle. The comedian Brian Williams as well. No, sorry, Brad Williams, I think his name. Yeah, Brad Williams, the comedian. He's a dwarf. Because remember, he called him out and said, "Do you understand? You pulled up the ladder on everybody because he said it was politically offensive to be casting dwarves and Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. So they had the CGI. But you know what? It was a blessing in a sense because that movie was a shithole. And you know, Rachel Zegler was an absolute.
I got to have it was such a shit show. I was like, I can't watch. I didn't even finish.
I never watched it.
Oh my god! You know what? Gave that movie a try.
Wait. Yo, hey, babe, I let you talk. Let me talk. Come on, man. I know you clown on me like this, like, you know, I'm probably like your little brother and everything, but come on, man.
Yes, you are my little brother. You're my internet little brother, but go ahead.
I love you too, but come on, man. Anyway, she's a pain in the ass. Every movie she's been in has gone to shit. And on top of that, she was fighting with Gal Gadot, who plays, you know, the queen in that one. And Gal Gadot, being Israeli, you know, she had to go play that Free Palestine shit just to get under skin. And, you know, Gal Gadot, who's been in the military, but has a martial arts background, in the press conference, she looked at her and you're like, you know, I could snap your little neck right now, you little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And Zegler's also claimed that.
Fired from Avita, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's something. Wait, Amy, before you play. Here's something that people forget about. And you look at Zegler and you look at Nick Fuentes. You know what you see? The shit results of Mejora la Raza. You know what I'm saying?
Look here, bitch. Some of y'all mad because no man wants to wife you. Lose some weight and be more feminine. Can I get an amen? Look here,
Amen.
Some of y'all mad because no man wants the wife to lose some weight.
I want to eat some Chick-fil-A for my first real meal.
It's Sunday.
God damn it. I want to eat some Chick-fil-A for my first real meal.
It's Sunday.
God damn it.
That's why I'm glad they sell Chick-fil-A sauce in the store and the honey mustard.
You know
I can't play with that. I can't mess with that, you know?
Why? What happened?
I want to go back. My parents fight too much. Mommy took a
not
fire.
KSI.
I guess I'll be putting her in a cheap nursing home one day.
Damn.
It's 3 a.m., folks. Time to scream bloody murder and wake Mommy up.
You little cunt.
Oh, how does it feel to finally be out?
Some woman named Grandma keeps whispering in my face and she smells like my diaper. I'm on my 3rd fucking reincarnation and still haven't been born into a wealthy family. Fuck.
Well, you've been fucking up the last 3 lives, dude.
Well, I heard my mom say that she didn't know who my dad was, so kind of shitty.
And they're all white babies, by the way.
Better.
One thing to say to your mom after 9 months of carrying you?
Yeah. I love my dad. He's the best.
One thing to say to your mom after 9 months of carrying you?
Yeah. I love my dad. He's the best.
AB, pause for a minute. I got a story to tell.
Okay.
I remember I was FaceTiming some siblings of mine, and they had some friends of the family over. One of them had recently gave birth to a daughter. She was showing me that baby. She was about a month old, and this woman's husband was there with them. I looked at that baby, and I just said, the first thing I said was, "Oh, she's beautiful." Immediately, my second thing was, that baby is definitely a daddy's girl. The father heard it, laughed his ass off. The mother was like, got up and just stormed off with the baby in possession. Everybody had a big roaring laugh because of it, because they knew the truth.
Feel to finally be out.
That's funny.
Some woman named Grandma keeps whispering in my face, and she smells like my diaper.
Why were you fighting your nap for 3 hours?
Because if I sleep, y'all talk behind my back. I know how this works.
Why were you fighting your nap for 3 hours?
Because if I sleep, y'all talk behind my back. I know how this works.
Do you trust your
No, let me talking shit while still standing over you, sleeping ass.
He dropped my pacifier and just blew on it.
What?
Do you trust your dad?
No. He dropped my pacifier and just blew on it.
Oh,
so
boy.
germs make you stronger.
Ma'am, you are going to jail.
Dead ass? So then can I use my EBT card to pay my bail? Oh my
gosh.
Ma'am, you are going to jail.
Dead ass? So then can I use my EBT card to pay my bail?
Sure, go ahead, give it a try. Swipe it.
We got EBT in Section 8. We ain't tipping.
Ma'am, we don't accept that here.
This meal better be free or I'm going to pop you.
That's a sure way to get killed.
Section 8. We ain't tipping.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ma'am, we don't accept it.
I'm about to make some people mad.
Oh, by the way, have you guys seen what Donald Trump was saying about DC and crime?
No.
He's going to put the National Guard on the streets.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't he clear that with the mayor?
Fuck the mayor. He's the president.
I'm out of here. I'm going to spend all our EBT on Gucci.
What does the mayor have to do with federal law?
Such great lives.
Jamal, shut the fuck up, you spoiled ass bitch. I'm out of here. I'm going to spend all our EBT on Gucci.
No, I'm serious. What does the mayor have to do with federal law?
He's talking about the crime rate in DC, right? Or is he talking about the nation?
He's talking about the crime rate in DC. But do understand.
So it's the mayor's job to bring that down. It's the mayor of DC's responsibility and shit.
Okay,
it's a local issue.
What does the mayor have to do with federal law?
Because I'm saying that he's talking about the crime rate inside the DC area. That is a local issue, not a federal issue. And you have the mayor of DC.
We're not going to be arguing over this.
Actually, it's a federal issue. Let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of Democrats who are in power. And for the past 4 years, their whole situation has been to defund the police.
Okay.
As well as bring in millions of migrants. What happens when you have and they did how they defunded the police was by decriminalizing theft under $1,000 and also anything over $1,000 or felonies, they would undercharge people for felonies. So what does that mean? What does that do to local businesses when you decriminalize theft under $1,000 and you also undercut felonies and you drop them down to misdemeanors? What does that mean to local businesses?
You enable more offenses that could be committed.
Exactly. So
you overwhelm the police law enforcement with that shit.
Right. And you had a lot of police officers that retired because of that. They took early retirements. Now,
in protest.
Once you pretty much made crime legal and you chased out the business class, what did that usher in?
More chaos, more trouble, more crime.
Politically, what did that usher in? If you
more
don't know,
instability
you don't know.
in the District of Columbia. All right, please elaborate.
You ushered in a Mamdani.
All right, come on.
You ushered in a Mamdani. You ushered in what Kieran Mamdani. Zohan Mamdani is the guy who's the leading candidate, leading Democrat candidate to be mayor of New York. He's talking about completely removing the police.
I actually think Barack's going to like
making buses free, ushering in government-controlled grocery stores. All right, and taxing the rich. What you're talking about is communism. This is why early in the broadcast, I was talking about how democratic socialism is really just a goofy way of saying communism. Zoman and Dami is really a Sharia law Muslim, as is the Muslim guy in Minnesota, as is Brandon Johnson in Chicago, as is Karen Bass in California, etc., etc.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, let's move on and just do some.
The boy is already gay and he already likes big black men. I mean, he's been married to one for 32 years. And believe me, Big Mike is as big as they get. I mean, have you seen him dance on Ellen? That dangling dong is scary, man. So I think backdoor.
For the record, this is clearly AI code. So don't get excited.
Yeah, these are comedy skits.
Just fine. I actually think Barack's gonna like jail. I mean, that boy is already gay and he already likes big black men. I mean, he's been married to one for 32 years. And believe me, Big Mike is as big as they get. I mean, have you seen him dance on Ellen? That dangling dong is scary, man.
I ain't never going to face again. This Ultima got me fucked up, dead ass. At least the GPS didn't work.
Look at that. That's
for
funny.
Those asking if the church is accepting EBT for the bake sale, we are not. Not now, not never. Be blessed, sweet baby. For those asking if the
That's funny.
How does it feel to finally be out?
It's okay, but someone needs to slap that woman that slapped me.
How does it feel to
That's
finally...
funny.
Onions wasn't
Wait a
just
minute, he was a home birth? Okay.
We
No, he was slapped by the nurse, so he felt that he was just slapped on his back.
That's it.
You 40 plus years old asking where the hoes at? Boy, your daughters are the hoes now. Put that hookah down and go smoke some ribs instead.
Hi, Zaria. First day out the womb. How you feeling? It's cold. It stink. Ain't no snacks. Y'all breathing loud. My bonnet crooked and this whole setup ghetto. Put me back. Hi, Zaria. First day.
Granny, what's one thing you learned at church today?
Just cause it say come as you are don't mean come in here musty. That ain't the Holy Ghost giving that. That's an armpit.
What's one thing you learned at church today?
I'm glad I was raised Orthodox.
Where's the doctor?
Why? What happened?
I want to go back. My parents fight too much. Where's the doctor?
Why?
Well, look who just got here. You're brand new to the world. Can you tell us what you think?
Yeah, I don't want to be here. This place is a hot mess. I want to go back.
Do you mind helping me, please?
Nah, I only be masculine for the right woman. Good luck getting up there.
Wow. Do you mind helping me, please?
Nah, I only be.
Jesus Christ,
Come on, post some more videos that are funny.
that America has gotten so.
What are you doing
More
working
comedy.
here? You're way too young.
I just work here to harass my coworkers and get free burgers.
What's something you try
He doesn't have to harass anybody. He gets free burgers anyway.
Get on my goddamn nerves as soon as I turned around. Wow, wow. Open hand spirit slap. I messed up.
Y'all run to the devil for dick, but pray to God when you're sick.
Ooh.
To the devil.
He lying though.
Oh, baby.
He ain't lying.
What do you want for lunch?
Well, we're laughing.
Fried chicken, pretty please.
Oh, baby Jamal.
Hold on,
What
wait
do
a
you
minute.
want for
Wait a minute. Look at the watermelon blanket though.
I know, that's so funny. Because you know, black people love watermelon.
You got ass don't mean
Yes,
you got
I do. And don't apologize for
You
it.
either gonna be a virtuous woman or a hoe hustle. Can I get an amen?
Like my friend.
Amen.
Just because you got ass don't mean you got class. You either gonna be a virtuous woman or a hoe with a hustle. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yo, can Tunnel Runner come up?
Away my pacifier. I guess I'll be putting her in a cheap nursing home one day.
If you want to,
Wait. Pause for a minute.
I guess I'll be putting her
What's
in a cheap.
what's wrong?
No, I just want y'all to look at this. No. Look at the grip on that baby. The way he's able to hold that the selfie stick when he makes that making that post.
Yeah,
that's a strong ass baby.
Parents throw them in a cheap nursing home when they get
Away
old.
my pacifier. I guess I'll be putting her in a cheap nursing home one day.
No, that's funny.
Mm.
You were just
That's right.
born
Throw
and
your
you're
parents
working.
away.
Why?
My dad can't use his hands, just his third leg. That's why I'm here.
Damn.
You were just born and you're working. Why?
My dad can't use.
His third leg.
Throw it. More comedy.
Welcome to the world, baby girl. First words to your family. I heard I'm a trick baby, and my mama a 304. Welcome to the world, baby girl. First words to your
Yeah,
family.
you a club baby. You were conceived in a bathroom stall.
Yeah.
Where the fuck the Popeyes at in this bitch? I should have never taken this janky Altima spaceship. Dead ass.
What?
Where the fuck the Popeyes at
Oh
in
damn.
this bitch?
She ain't living.
She
That's
want
what-
intergalactic Popeyes?
What in the archives of Blue Hell?
Or is it the moon?
She's sticking
Where's
her
the
head out.
Popeyes at? The moon or Mars?
Hold on, look at the background. She's sticking her head out in space. She's
That's Venus. So she wants the Popeyes on one of the moons of Venus.
I guess.
That's funny.
I should have never taken this janky Altima spaceship. Dead ass.
Drive your ass to Uranus, bitch.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't do this right now. I just sharted myself.
There's a shark survival kit in the bathroom.
It's okay.
Every
Shark is used as a
survival kit comes
lubricant.
with one. Oops, I just cooked up.
Ew.
I need a new fucking tire. Y'all dead ass gonna sell me one or what?
Ma'am, I'm calling the cops.
Lower your damn voice,
Why?
motherfucker. I need a new
Huh?
fucking tire. Y'all dead ass gonna sell me one or what?
I didn't get
Oh,
it.
I
man.
know you fucking lying. Why the fuck are my chips open and stale? Jamal,
What?
I'm finna beat your ass. Jamal, you got 3
Wait, what
seconds
she
to tell
said?
me why my chips stale or your ass finna look like
Why-
a
why
zebra.
is it
And I'm not
stale?
playing. Mama, I swear I tried
Because
to
the
close
air
chips,
was
they
in
kept
it.
opening back up. Jamal,
Oh boy. That's enough of that.
No, these are
That's
funny.
enough of
Keep
this.
going.
Play more funny clips.
Hmm.
What happened? Those are funny.
No, it's just like something's going up. This is on TikTok, right?
Yeah,
it's on TikTok.
Yeah.
What's
play
going
more
on,
funny
Tyrone?
clips. These are funny.
What's going on, brothers?
Hey, Tonel. Wagwan, Red Run. Wagwan.
Everything good, man. Everything irate.
Yeah. Hey. First of all, let me get something straight. Tonel, your people have a fascination with my brethren across next door. You know that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I understand. So I don't fault y'all for calling our homeland your distant homeland. So
Yeah,
it's all good. Y'all want to come home? Come on home.
There's supposed to be a connection there.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I understand the connection there. Shake Shack.
Yeah, that's
Exotic
funny.
Shake.
Yeah, they argue with the world. So funny. Argue with South America.
Freddy's.
What? Yeah, too small for your big back ass.
What in the entire fuck? Also, sliders are stupid.
White Castle. Man, don't be shit at White Castle.
Yeah, you mean gas burgers?
I've had White Castle in 5 years. I'm sorry.
In and out.
Identifies as a good burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take
your burger? Nothing like a joke from 30 years ago.
I had braids like that at one time.
Good Lord, did you?
Oh yeah.
I bet that
was shoulder. Fun. They were like shoulder length.
Oh,
they were like up down my shoulder.
I bet you looked like you was the perfect jail twink.
Oh no, not really.
Really?
Not in Eritrea. Not in Eritrea.
But you had braids down to your shoulders. In America, you'd have made the perfect sissy.
I only exist because of your divine power and wisdom. You are the end and the beginning of all worlds. And I know that with all of my heart. Bitch, what in the Thanos fuck is this? Another has been consumed by infinite power. Disney, are you ever not doing too much? Do not speak that way, mere mortal. Oh, ESPN.
Wait, where's Peacock?
You in the sunken place, huh? Bitch, you gotta surrender to Disney's love and his mercy. Shit, y'all better get this bread. Absolutely the fuck not. Ain't nobody watching Power on Disney.
Unfortunately, though, they're not wrong because I just found out somebody else is coming to Disney. The WWE's coming to Disney.
The WWE's, no, the PLEs are going to be on ESPN. But thankfully for me, I'm covered because I'm overseas, so everything's still going to be on Netflix. So I'm good.
Ain't that awesome?
What's up, motherfucker? I'm Tommy Egan, and you're watching Disney Channel. Like, for real, Disney Plus, you can't take everything. I can, if it is as well.
Who's Tommy
The white boy in Powers.
I mean,
who?
Those his buddy.
Disney, you can take
really?
Me. To be there's actually
I've never watched an episode of Power,
and it's a whole bunch of bureaucratical things.
What is Power?
You wouldn't even want to do it.
You wouldn't even
show. Bitch, we should have
what
jumped
type
you
of
when
TV
you
show? What's
ruined
it about? Describe it.
It's set in Chicago. It's
Go
ahead.
No, go ahead. I haven't really watched it. Go ahead.
You haven't really watched Power?
I've seen a couple episodes, and it's basically similar to like Empire, or set in Chicago, and it's about a drug dealer named Ghost trying to go legit.
Oh, so a typical drug dealer trying to go legit story, huh?
Yeah, but unfortunately, he gets caught in the underworld. He's still in the underworld at the same time.
Oh wow. How typical.
So it's a dual life, and he's also the legit West Side. He goes into politics, but the underworld. There's also some spin-off shows.
I bet that's a great
and 50
show.
was in that. Well, yeah, 50 Cent on it.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, it's a 40-year-old concept, but I guess it's great, huh?
Yeah, this is probably the most fucked up Mario skit I've ever seen.
Let's see it. Play it.
Hello, a sentient fungus. Hello, a cloud monster. Hello. I don't think we've met.
Hi! I'm Piper. I'm a pipe.
Yeah, I figured that. Anyway, I got to go save the princess.
Whoa there! You
That was funny.
Oh no, it's gonna get worse.
can't just go past me. You've got to go in me.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, the level ends right here, so you got to go inside me and then continue on your way.
Right. I don't think I'm totally comfortable with the climbing inside.
But it's the sexual innuendo.
What are you
so
talking
get
about?
in
I
there.
just saw you hop out of that other pipe.
That other pipe didn't have a face and the personality. It's different.
All right.
Come
whatever.
on. Get on
guess
with
you don't
your
really want to save your
heterosexual
girlfriend then.
Hey.
stuff.
We are just a
Hetero-
good friends,
erotic.
and we help each other out whenever we can.
And if you
Very
You're a
sexy.
plumber. You're a plumber. You naturally have to deal with pipes.
say so.
Go in the pipe.
Fine.
In a
I'll
sexual
climb on
manner.
top and slide down into
Yeah,
your
slide
head.
on
Oh
in
no,
there.
not that end. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you got to get in from this end.
Yeah,
Oh,
get
what
in from
the
that
heck?
end.
No, absolutely not.
What? Come on, man. You want to save the princess or what?
That's just your whole body. Your pipe doesn't even lead anywhere.
No, I'm one of those warp pipes. You got to just scoot up inside me and then you're magically whisked away to the next stage.
Don't say a scoot
Yeah.
up.
Look, man, you're making this so weird. It's borderline offensive.
Get
Just
on
do
it.
it already.
Come on, man, hurry up. Go.
Yeah, stop being like one of the babies I throw out in my clouds. Do it.
Fine. So should
Yeah,
I just jump up inside or
No. You stay there. I'll just come down to you.
Okay.
Yeah, be a power top.
All right. Hold still while I.
Oh wow.
You got any sharp objects on you? Keys, stars, stuff like that? No.
No, just hurry up, please.
Here we
Sweep
go.
me in you.
All set.
It's pretty dark and sticky in here, Piper.
I was
I'm
just
having
better do it.
a hard time moving. When does the warp happen? Hello?
That's funny.
Piper? Can you hear me? I think something
Wow.
is very wrong with your pipe.
So long,
It's
fellas.
filled with the spider webs made of... Is this not?
Huh.
This is like dealing with it's
Weird.
I thought it was with you.
No, he wasn't with me. I thought he was with you. Shit. Who the was that guy?
shit.
Where the hell is Mario?
Hey, you looking for your friend? I know a great shortcut.
Oh my god. Yes.
That's fucked up.
Gerbils. It's a gerbil reference. Shit.
I know. Yeah, very
AB, you heard about that new law that Trump passed on August the 1st about the brides of foreign brides, they're gonna have to keep themselves together because even after they get they pass the first stage of their green card, if they don't act right, it's fraud and they can send the woman back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's no automatic. Before it was almost automatic when she passed that first step for her second green card. She could stay even if she, started acting up or wanted to divorce or whatever. But now they're going to keep track of the people, so they're going to have to keep on the women going to have to, the women or the men will have to keep on the American citizens' best side to stay in America.
Okay.
And they're putting the power back into the people, the American that's bringing the foreigner abroad.
Okay.
Tuno, my question to you on that one is, weren't they already covered and protected by the VAWA Act? Weren't they protected by
Not
VAWA?
really, but they were getting around a lot of things. They would say, like women would say, he's abusing me or whatever. And they would
Right.
You know, so
Yeah, I'm just asking because just to cover the bases here, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So they just passed that August the 1st. So it's giving
Oh.
it's gonna give the guy So before, pretty much if you got a woman over here, she started acting, changing up on you, you were in trouble. Now if she starts acting, even after y'all been, married for a couple of
Mm-hmm.
years, and
Mm-hmm.
it's her papers, if you can say, well, it's fraud and she was, misled me or whatever, they
Mm-hmm.
can they'll send them back with nothing, no alimony, no nothing.
So, in your case, your girl has more reason to shut the fuck up, huh?
Well, I'm lucky enough to have one who so far she's been on point. But
I'm sure she's a sweetheart, but just as a joke,
yeah.
babe. You probably look at her like, hey, amore, mi amor. You see this? Have you seen Have you seen the news?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it does it because there was some fraud going on, and so he's trying to take care of that, And there were some women that would just, they would get over here. They were playing the games. They got over here and changed up on somebody and got to stay. Now they're gonna have to stay on their point, stay on their toes a little bit more.
With that kind of laws, man, I'm gonna say this: as a man who's an immigrant, who got his citizenship and everything, I'm glad I did. I took the long route. It was honest and everything because I was once involved with somebody where I could have been on the fast track, but there were too many uncertainties that made me realize, no, don't do it. She asked me. I mean, she even asked me, why don't you? We can like cohabitate. I said, I don't want to do that because that would put the burden of responsibility on you, which makes me a financial dependent, and that would put me in a very compromised situation. Even though I was getting kind of serious with her, but and I was fearful, like shit can go left easily.
Yeah.
And
you put her in the power position,
especially because she's white, so I knew, my black ass, that would have been worse.
Yeah, you got to act.
So, hey, thankfully for me, thankfully for me, how it ended was like, she cheated on me. And she told me that she cheated on me and she broke up with me. I was not ready to deal with it, but looking back at it, I'm glad. So that was like the best thing that ever happened to me for what it's worth. So I went through the process of getting my citizenship and everything, and I've been good ever since.
Okay.
So, man, this shit's wild.
I didn't hear about that. Turn around. I didn't hear about what you were talking about.
Yeah. It just happened August the 1st. I'll send you.
Wait, this a law or an executive order? Is this a law?
Email. Yeah. I'll send you something, AB.
Okay. Yeah. Tunnel, one question. Is this actually a law or is this an executive order? That's what I need to know.
I think it's an executive order.
Okay, so because executive orders, they're not permanent. They have like a certain life shelf to it, correct?
Yeah, with the next president. Correct. But they might keep it too because, like I said, it was one of the things that a lot of Americans were complaining about when they brought some of these women over here and they changed up on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially in the military, because you got women like that. They're called Westpac widows. That means it's like basically like a black widow of sorts. You got to watch yourself with those.
And some of these American women were telling them how to play the game, so they,
Hey, let me take you back. Let me take you back to 1987, New York City. Eddie Murphy's Raw. Fu. Eddie, I want to talk to you, Eddie. Lady, what you want? I want out, Eddie. I'm not an animal. I'm not an American woman. So yeah, we know.
Yeah. I know a couple of guys got messed up, but like I said, that's why I tell everybody you got to learn the language because some of these guys will kind of from the get-go kind of set up because they didn't know the language. So, you know, they got the girl over here, and then she started to change up on them, and, you know, I mean, put them in a bad situation. Got to keep out their own house. You know?
Prime example I can give you, bro. You know, you got some guys who are called red pilled married. One of them is a guy named RPM, whose channel I still watch from time to time. Former Navy. His wife is Japanese. He met her in Okinawa. And he understood the importance of learning Japanese. So his wife couldn't talk shit and everything. And he's still married to her.
Yeah.
But
I try to tell all the guys, learn the language as best you can, because some guys they can get she's over here now and stuff like that, but you don't know what she's doing. You know, they want to
you know, because you don't, because immigrants, when they come to a country, trust and believe, they got family members that know some people that know some people. So they got a network of folks that can reach out and contact to who can school them on the game and everything.
Yeah. So you definitely need to be able to communicate very well. As much as you can learn it.
Shit. I feel bad for some of the brothers who married into my culture. I mean, they're loved and everything accepted, but they're like struggling because they can't even speak the language. When they try to, it's hard for them to understand because it's a Semitic language and the sounds in there and everything. They'd be like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna rather learn Hebrew and Arabic. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that's something, because if they learn at least another foreign language, like make their wife look, you're gonna have to talk, you know, something close to yours, but not knowing anything, just trying to just be, well, I'm American, and she needs to learn English, and it's all gonna be okay. It's not gonna. Most likely, I've seen that being very difficult for the man and the woman to have a long-term relationship and be successful.
Shit, for example, I can give you a couple examples. Hang on a second. Gotta switch my headset here. All right, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Because, my parents are boomers and everything. There's a friend of the family of ours. This is an older woman who, she's in her 50s, whatnot. She's got grown ass kids. Husband's American, but, she's half Eritrean, half Italian. And the kids are Americanized, but, whenever she was whenever she meet up with my mom, they always spoke in our native language and everything. And, the husband was kind of flabbergasted. And this guy's a white guy, by the way, because he had no idea what the hell they were talking about. And neither do her kids, because they never really bothered to learn that side of the family. But it's important. But yeah, I understand the importance of learning the language, everything, because I learned my mother tongue. I speak English. And what I could think about immigrants is there's that duality about us. I mean, Tunnel, you being of Caribbean heritage, you have that duality. So you understand where I'm coming from, what I mean about that.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's kind of going back and forth, because now some of the mothers realize and teach your children the mother tongue too. Just don't, even though they've been here in America in the first generation, you want to keep them connected, because, sometimes there are some values of going back, and sometimes, just having another language, it makes you more flexible, more open to different opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can think of among white communities, I can think of is the Irish. Now they're starting to understand the importance of teaching their kids Gaeilge, which is Irish Gaelic. There's a people who's related to, who have a close connection with my people in Ethiopians, that are called the Armenians. One of the things they did, especially in California, what they did was they made it important. They made it important that their children learn to speak, read, and write Armenian. So a lot of them, where they had these community centers where the kids would go after school. They always meet up there, and there they were learning how to read, write, and speak Armenian. And they'd be speaking Armenian with the grandparents as well, because that would be their first language. I'm sure when you were growing up, your parents were talking to you in patois for the most part instead of proper English, right?
Well, I mean, I'm a hybrid. So my father's Jamaican, my mother's American. FBA.
Oh, okay.
So I'm one of
Oh,
them.
okay.
I'm one of them typical New York.
Wait, what borough? Which borough are we talking here?
In the boogie down, the Bronx.
Boogie Down Bronx. Hey, shout out to KRS-One.
The home
Whoop, whoop.
of
That's the
rap,
sound
baby.
of police.
Where rap started. The hip hop.
Hey,
That's me.
DJ Kool Herc. DJ Kool Herc, Jamaican. I mean, who else? Who else from the Bronx is Jamaican? Because in the Bronx, when you think of the Bronx, you're thinking Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans, right? And other cats like Soundview and other places like that.
Yeah, a lot of
But
foreigners.
yeah, hey, you got a lot of Dominicans over there too. Latinos. Hey, okay, who we got here? TSG, who's that?
Yeah, this is well, I'll just play it.
All right, play it.
Like,
It's gonna be fun.
I'm trying to figure out how are we supposed to live, laugh, and love when these bills are kicking, scratching, and fucking punching. Enough is a fucking enough.
I'm about to be homeless in like 2 days. I don't want your pity or I don't want you to feel bad for me. But what I would like is for anyone to know what it's like to live in your car. Any essentials that you think I might need, anything that will be helpful, even any places that I can go and like park to be safe.
I just got the eviction notice. I think Lee was able to talk.
I actually got this from Black Rule Strike. Shout out to him.
Okay. Thank you, Black Guru.
Get to my door after I put my kids to sleep, and apparently there's a city program that might be able to help, but I just looked and it's 6 weeks backed up.
Yo, I'm tired. Like, I just want to give up on everything. Like, I keep getting. Let's just pray about it. Just pray.
And for the record, this is actually pretty sad. But the chickens have come home to roost.
But I am praying. When is he gonna answer me? I'm not strong anymore. I'm not. Like, I'm tired. I just want to relax and just have some peace. I can't never have no peace, bro. I am fucking tired.
Where is my man? I mean, I've literally been patiently waiting here all day. I ain't left. I mean, we've been in the same spot all day, and I just been patiently waiting for him to just like come get me.
Trying to understand why I look this good and I am this single. Like, I have my own money, I have my own mind, I have my own business, but I don't have my own man.
So where are you?
Well, that's what happens when you're an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to come after these guys. They're gonna have to actually start approaching these guys, and they're gonna have to humble themselves to these guys that they're coming to and act right.
But the problem is,
the guys don't want that much. They just want them to act right. But they seem like she ready to live in her car instead of just saying, "Guys, I can't make it. I need to let me stay with you. Let me cook. Let me clean for you. Let me, let me show you what I can do for you." So that you will keep me.
No, it's because remember they're coming from a place of entitlement, and remember
has never been so dry. My phone is drier than the grit the UK government are not using to grit the roads and pavements this winter. That's how fucking dry my phone is.
I just spent the morning paying bills and I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't care anymore. And here's what needs to happen. One of you needs to move to Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada and marry me. You don't need to love me. Hell, you barely even need to hang out with me. We can be like most normal married couples and not have sex and barely talk. But we can split the bills. And who knows? Who knows? I'm not cooking. I don't go in the kitchen. But I'm a pretty good coupler, if that even comes.
Wow.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's the entitlement right there. Wait. Brothers. Like I said, or like Mr. Z says, they like to do the humble brag and swaggy begging. But here they're just straight out, just flat. They're unfiltered, and they're just speaking from a place of entitlement. Shout out to Patrice O'Neill, R.I.P. to him for that. Oh, by the way, AB
comes up.
But if I
for
find
these
someone
clips
that makes me happy, I don't mind having.
Make your damn self
Hold up.
happy, ma'am. Hear me and hear me well, ladies. My critics and detractors.
All right.
It is not a man's job to make you happy.
Damn
It is
right.
not a husband's job to make you happy. You know what's crazy about this whole thing? With all the years.
Yeah, Tunnel Runner. We played a clip earlier. I kid you not. This goofy bitch was talking about sugar daddies better know their place.
That's the biggest problem. Like I said, they don't understand how to act right. That's they just you have to, if you want to be nice. If the number one thing that would help black women in America is just to act nice, to be good to the people around them. They just want to be mean and evil, and they want to demand stuff and think that they're going to get something. That just can't work for most men who are woke. Who woke from that, that took that red pill.
I'll go over Dr. Neil's stream another time.
Yeah. Oh, to HF and H's point. Actually, we're right now addressing that, fam. With these clips you're just seeing right now.
With Dr. Neil, I was playing Dr. Neil earlier. Before the whole interrupted.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, I can say is like I said at a tunnel, they believe that, you are here to serve them. Remember, white women are starting, because remember, black people are the canaries in the coal mine, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So, yeah. And so right now, what you've seen going on, in the past decades in the black community, you're starting to see it in the white communities. They're embracing that mentality. Oh, by the way, AB, for these clips and everything, I got a pot pie. I need you to send to Black Ruru. He loves them pot pies. So anyway, I got one chicken, one vegetarian.
That's why some brothers, and I see, some of the passport brothers, white, black, Chinese, whatever, get messed up because the women over there treat them nice. Even if they're bad women, even if they're not the best of women, but just because they know how to act a little bit and be nice and kind, they lose their mind. They experienced somebody just cooking for them, somebody cleaning for them, somebody, even though she might be a bad, bad, evil woman, but she's treating them nice and they don't know how to act because that's like the first time.
She plays her position.
Yeah, treating them like a human being, treating them, decently or normal, and they like come from being treated, evil, women being
there's
they just lose their mind. You gotta like hold up, she's not the right one, but I understand, brother.
I'll give you a good example of that, bro. If you ever seen the show Orange is the New Black, you ever seen that show on Netflix?
A long time ago, just a couple of episodes, one season, I guess.
Okay, yeah, okay.
After this, we're gonna
there was a counselor called Mr. Healy. He was like married for a few months to a Ukrainian woman. So he had his new bride who's younger than him, and his mother-in-law staying with him. And he had the Russian woman Red, who's one of the inmates who runs the kitchen, who sometimes had to be like a go-to between them, because of the language barrier. And I remember there was a scene where he's he's like in his dining room. He's sitting at one end of the table. She's sitting at his young wife that's sitting at the other end, and the mother-in-law's right there. And he looks at her and he looks at them and says, "Isn't it nice that we can have a meal together?" And they're eating soup. The mother said to her in Ukrainian, and there was a subtitle that said, "Only a few more months, my dear, and then we'll get our green card." And then she looks at her son-in-law and smiles, and then the daughter realizes, remove that look of just put up a smile. That's how some of these women are, how evil some of these women are. So I'm saying, like, hey, brothers need to be hip to the game about this stuff, but there's a lot more to just like the passport bros when they go to some of these places. And as somebody who comes from some of these places, I can tell you, dude, when you deal with the women, you also have to contend with the men. I'm sure when you met your wife, you had to deal with her male relatives, especially her father or brothers, correct?
Correct. And they ain't speaking
because they gotta prove they gotta just see you out, see if you're up on the up and up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And one of her brothers, we're really good, we're really tight, as you know.
See, now you know if shit gets ugly, it's like say something happens, you can contact them, call them, and then call and then they'll call her and they'll check her I remember I remember Dante Nero talked about this. He said like
is that time?
Okay, we can do that. We can continue when we go offline.
Okay.
Me and Tunnel.
I'd like to thank everybody that came through. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. You want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.